This is podcast number 221. Welcome, everybody, to the XoneBros. Thank you very much for joining us. We are so excited to be here today. It's been a long week, but it's been a week of fun, of games.
There we go.
Of
I had to press the button.
Xbox One goodness. As always, I'm joined by the bros, the X.
We're just getting right into this.
Bros. Yeah, it's Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood.
Hello. How is everybody today?
Today, I am well.
Good.
I like your shirt. Hey, we're matching.
I know.
We both have the same shirt.
We're shirt buddies today.
Shirt
Whoa.
friends.
Shirt friends. Mine's just a gray version, dark gray. Charcoal?
Charcoal?
Oh.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Positive Gaming by the XoneBros.
Positive, baby. There you go. Second, he is officially going to be drilling holes in the ground like in Armageddon. It's Jordan the Man, Jordan Paskett.
Hi.
He is. He's becoming certified in this machine that drills holes underground.
Yeah.
It's freaking sweet. It's
Mike-
like the giant machine that
Mike-
drill holes in the moon or
Yeah.
that asteroid
Yeah.
on Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Liv Tyler
Yeah.
shows up too, right?
Oh, are
My
you being
code
trained by her?
My code name is Ben Affleck.
Oh, I like it. B.A.
Yeah.
B.A. Fleck.
No, I was.
What's it called exactly?
Directional drilling.
Directional drilling.
As
Jordan's
opposed to
becoming a-
non-directional drilling.
Jordan's becoming a
No,
directional driller.
at work this week we went and had a couple meetings and talked to people about drills and stuff because we're going to be using them in the future. So I came in really excited and telling these guys.
It showed me pictures.
And I showed you what they look
Many
like.
pictures, yeah.
It's really exciting. I'm really excited for it.
You were just explaining before the show that your screen is basically from Star Wars.
Yeah, so I saw actually over here kind of in our neighborhood.
Oh, okay. That way.
We
Over there.
for
everyone watching,
yeah,
that
it's
way.
That way. For the company I work for, we ran fiber to one of our internet towers that
Yep.
we have in the area, and we saw the guys drilling. You know, like we'll be doing in the near future, right?
Yeah.
And the
You're
screen,
scouting them out.
Yeah. We're like,
Yeah,
The
taking notes.
guy's screen. It looked like from Star Wars when the Millennium Falcon was fighting, and there was like those two screen what do you call them, grids?
Yeah,
and,
the grids
and
and
target them.
And Luke goes down the alley, right?
Yeah.
And
And
he's we joked about this earlier, but it's so funny when their whole civilization is dependent upon this one shot. And Luke just casually turns off the computer.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And if I was telling, if I was in upper management of the rebellion and I saw Luke turn his computer off, I would be crapping my pants. I'd be like,
Did he just turn up?
Luke.
Do you know how much technology went into that?
Luke,
You know how much money we spent
we
on
paid a lot of scientists.
That's a lot of calculus, man.
That's a lot of R&D right there. We're showing your computers off, and his response is, "I'm gonna wing it. I got it.
I'm gonna eyeball it.
I'm gonna just eyeball it right in, guys. I got this."
Yeah, so there's some exciting stuff happening with me at work, which is very cool.
That is
but hey,
exciting. Yo.
since we're on the subject of
Okay.
Star Wars, can I say something?
You
I
can.
I
Okay.
watched this video on The Last Jedi that just tore it apart. Like
Oh,
my
really?
eyes have been opened.
ripped apart the Last Jedi.
Ripped it right apart.
I know that's
Yeah.
considered by some to be one of the worst ones.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So they even actually mentioned the scene where like Luke is looking at the camera, and the guy had the same response you did. He was like, I don't know why he was looking at me. I didn't have a problem with what he was doing.
when he's milking the
whale-
alien cow.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I really was like, dude, do what
Because
you
he
gotta
looks at
do.
the camera, and then what's funny is I didn't notice this when I
It's
watched
not-
it.
Don't look at me like I am judging you for this. I'm just in the audience. Leave me alone.
But there were
the-
so many random... When you watch it again...
The cow actually looks at you too, and you're like,
I feel a little violated. When you
So,
watch it again, you realize there are so many useless scenes, like so
Yeah.
many like one-offs like that. Like there was no,
It was like-
there was no point in that.
he
You know,
pulled out his like sports drink container and he's just grabbing those
Gatorade.
tatas.
Or then what's hilarious is the one scene, because my wife was rewatching this the other day too, and I walked in on the scene where he's like running from Ren, and he like pole vaults over the cliff, and he just turns to her and then stares at her, and the camera's just looking at him, and then he just walks away, and it was like.
pole vaulting.
like as if to say neener, and then walk away. And it was like, what was that?
There's so many like leave me alone moments.
Anyway,
while I'm in the audience.
The reason I thought of it is because you said the whole technology thing about Luke doing that thing.
Yeah.
So they were talking in the video. There was this whole like 10-minute thing on how. Spoilers if you haven't seen it.
On Star Wars, we're
Yeah,
talking about Star Wars or
Yeah,
your
Star
drilling
Wars.
machine.
No, Star Wars.
We're
Yeah.
still on Star Wars.
So Star Wars. So like when the purple
This is
hair.
the latest Star Wars.
Yeah, well, when the random purple-haired lady that had nothing to do with anything in the story that was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just showed up.
Yeah.
She's from.
and had purple hair.
I guess she was the finance advisor or
I think
something.
she's the accountant or something.
Wait, I don't remember her.
The purple-haired lady.
No, I know you don't. Like that's.
She showed up. She just randomly shows up, and she does instead of Admiral Akbar making the ultimate sacrifice, she's like,
oh yeah, I remember her.
Even
okay.
And then she has a secret plan that
she's like old lady hot.
That everybody.
The old lady hot lady.
Yeah, she's the old lady hot.
And then she had a secret plan that wouldn't have
She's
hurt
like grandma hot.
That wouldn't have hurt anybody to just tell them the secret plan. Like there was no point to the secret plan. Like it was
Okay.
just it was anyway. So they were talking about how she light spaced into the ship.
Okay.
And the guy was like, "This is the most annoying part." He goes, "You're telling me out of all these years of Star Wars, no one's ever thought of using that as a weapon until right now?" And it was like, "Hey,
what if we
you're
just
right.
ram our ship?
Like, he goes, "No one ever thought of like autopiloting light ship. Like, why didn't they do that to the Death Star? You know,
or even just having a droid do it.
Yeah.
You don't even need a person on
or
there.
I
droid.
believe they should have Wi-Fi. That they could just have a guy, with a remote control. Even an Atari stick controller would work.
I think actually we have that technology. They might be able to do it too. But anyway, I thought, and I was like, wow, you're right. Why has no one like the Empire built these amazing things?
But see, here's the deal, though. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
That does not really. It's broken. The story's broken right there because the movie before.
Well, we know gravity's broken, so why not break the story?
I know, because there's gravity in space now. No, the movie before, Han Solo goes a hyperdrive outside of the interior of a ship.
Oh,
remember
yeah.
when there was that whole scene of
maybe that ship was stronger because it did hold the Rathgars.
Oh, that's true. Well, if it was stronger, what does that mean? That he can go through stronger ships?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway,
so it's broken.
It was a really good video. Trying to stay positive, but it was actually a really good video about tearing apart that Star Wars movie. So just like
that's the highlight of your week, huh?
Yeah, if you did not like Star Wars, you would enjoy that video. If you like Star Wars, I'd stay away from that video.
Very nice. Last but not least, I am X1. We are the XoneBros. I just got back from a work conference trip. I'm exhausted. I was there all week, so I didn't get a chance to stream. McSpicy streamed all week. He's back with his
I held the fort for you.
Afternoon Delight.
Yes.
And he
I stopped by a
streamed
couple
a
times.
lot of No Man's Sky. Jordan got a chance to play it. I just barely played it for 2 seconds.
2
before
seconds.
the show. Actually, 2 hours. Maybe a little bit closer
in
to
that
3.
in that world, it's 2 seconds.
Yeah, in that world, it's 2.
Time is relative
In
in a
eternity,
world.
it's 0.
Yeah, exactly.
No Man's Sky next. It's released. It's here. It's on the Xbox. When it initially released, as you guys all know, it released to very much disappointment. It was, I think, the largest refunded game in Steam history, and
Sony's history too, I believe.
yeah,
just
super. A
everything.
lot of hate thrown at that. Very, very poorly released launch, or very bad launch for that game. That's probably an understatement. It was a terrible launch. The No Man's Sky next is now here on the Xbox One X. From what I played, I really enjoyed it, but I don't feel that I can really speak to it. So let's start with Mr. McSpicy. You've put in a ton of time to this game. Just give us your overall first impressions, what you like, what you don't like. Go.
Oh, I can hear somebody. I can hear myself.
That's my
Jordan.
bad. My bad.
We're professionals.
We haven't been.
So
there
No Man's
for-
Sky. I mean, so they came out with this huge update called Next. It's No Man's Sky Next.
Yep.
It completely changes the game, from what I understand. I never played the original, but from what I understand, it's almost a new game.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like they have the same shell of a game, but there's many different mechanics, many different things going on, etc. I really like this game.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. The launch was terrible. I have theories about why the launch went so bad.
Do you want to hear my theory about it?
Yeah.
I think they overpromised. I think Sony really pushed it, because if you remember, if everything's in context, right? So if you remember, at the time they were on Sony's stage, they were exclusive to PC and Sony.
Yeah.
And this was like one of it was a huge hyped
It was like
game.
their flagship.
It was
indie
like,
game.
yeah, hyped. Look at it. It looked beautiful. The artwork. Look at all the stuff you could do. I think they were pressured into
To hit deadlines.
into overpromising for the hype of the launch. So that I think the big boys.
Pushed them.
Pushed
Nudged
them.
them.
Yeah.
I actually think that as well.
Yeah.
I think, and then those big boys totally threw them under the bus.
Especially when you watch interviews with that guy, he's not he's a game maker, right? He's
Yeah.
not a PR guy.
Yeah.
Clearly.
He has one of my favorite quotes I think I've ever heard from a game
Let's see
developer.
some
Well, so there's so much hate on this game, right? Everybody, it was like the hype
people
hate.
are mean.
Yeah, and people are mean on the internet. It was hype hate. Like everybody was jumping on hating this game. And he got death threats from one of them. It was about butterflies. There weren't butterflies in the game, and they were promised butterflies in the game. And he said, if you're giving death threats to have butterflies in a game, I'm pretty sure you're the bad guy.
Oh, that's too funny. You think he's right.
That's like one of my favorite.
Pretty
quotes.
sure he's right.
Oh man! So back to the new next release.
Yeah.
I think this is the game that was the vision to have be released, and that was a terrible sentence structure.
It was what they were going for all along.
Yeah. Multiplayer is there now, and me and Jordan played the multiplayer this week. Extraordinarily fun.
The way it's set up, it's true co-op multiplayer.
I would say it's single player multiplayer.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I really like how they did the multiplayer, and I'll explain it in a minute. Let me kind of explain what the game is like. You had concerns earlier that it was why should I even have this game if it was if I already have Elite Dangerous?
Yeah, that was my concern. Was that it was going to be an Elite Dangerous, a lesser? Because what I like about Elite Dangerous is it's gritty, it's unforgiving, it's a simulation, space simulation.
Yeah. This
and
is.
I was worried this would be a lesser version of that.
This is difficult in the aspect of you don't know what's going on. The worlds are ruthless. You can get onto a friendly planet and everything's happy dandy. You can get on an unfriendly planet and you're screwed. Mm-hmm. You know, it gets very dangerous. And there's different levels. You can play on a permadeath mode.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I would like to start a campaign. I think when I stream, I'm going to stream on a permadeath. Once I get to know this game a little bit.
Man,
yeah,
that's gutsy. So this game is more like an adult version of Minecraft in space.
As far as crafting,
resource gathering, building, exploring, it's a very much more Minecraft based game than you'd think. I like to call it Minecraft: The Next Generation.
That's a good title for it.
You know, a card sitting right there. No, it's super, super good. I really like it because, okay, so I have a hard time playing Minecraft sometimes.
Yeah.
Just because, and this is going to sound really petty of me.
Sure.
But this is how I am with even World of Warcraft. When a game looks too kiddish, like too 10-year-old, I'm turned off by that.
Okay.
Like World of Warcraft has a very toony feel.
You're not a fan of his aesthetics.
Minecraft was I felt like I was 8 years old playing that game. This gives you that same appeal as far as the
survival building,
improving what you have in your inventory, all that stuff, improving your weaponry, your utility stuff, but it looks a lot cooler.
I get that. I mean, it does. The artwork is stunning. So I've jumped in and played it for 2 hours, and I got that same feeling. A lot of crafting, survivability, exploration is huge.
It's awesome. It's awesome. You add the Elite Dangerous exploration aspect to Minecraft. That's what then it looks very Destiny in some cases too, aesthetically speaking. You know.
So is the aesthetics? Is that what stands out to you the most? Is it the gameplay? What stands out to you the most? Is there one thing about the gameplay? What really grabs you? Because you've put how many hours have you put into this? You put quite a few.
It came out like 3 days ago, and I have about 17 hours, 18 hours.
That's pretty good.
That's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot of playing that's a lot of no sleep.
Yeah.
Because I still have a job, right? So I still have to work. I am considerably enjoying this game.
And what is the hook? Do they just do the carrot on the stick? What is the carrot on this? I mean, what is the hook for you?
Improving. It's all about improving what is the carrot on a stick in Minecraft? It's improving your situation. It's improving your utilities. It's improving your spaceships. You can become basically the master of the universe in this game.
Dude, I'm all about that.
And you're starting, they have a little storyline to kind of nudge you into how to learn things.
It's the tutorial, basically.
and then it turns into, whoa, this game is deep. And it keeps going and it keeps going, and you learn more and you learn more. It's like that. The same appeal to Elite Dangerous, where you love to learn how to do more things. I would say if I were to put the number one thing about this game for me is the exploration is fantastic. I always feel rewarded for exploring, and you know how I play. Look over there, over there.
I mean, that was what the appeal. That's what Skyrim did so well. You felt rewarded for going off the beaten path.
Yeah,
this is that on steroids.
This game may not be for everyone, so I would look at gameplay and figure it out. But for me, this touches all the right buttons, and I absolutely love this game.
Good.
I'm 100% addicted to it. It's really fun.
There you go. Jordan, how about you? First impressions, overall thoughts, some observations. No Man's Sky's next. Agree with Mark, disagree with Mark?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. That was a good time. So
we never talked about multiplayer either, so...
so multiplayer is super fun. So I loaded it up.
He pressed A to start the game.
You start the game. I actually got put on a planet, and the robots started attacking me. The police.
Oh,
the Sentinels.
The cops,
Sentinels, because you can't mine in
5-0.
front of them.
Well,
5-0 came right after him.
I'm like, oh, okay, and I just like barely shot my thing, and they just started attacking me, and then I shot one, and I killed him with my mining laser.
Oh yeah,
and then like 5 more came.
Yeah, it's like Grand Theft Auto, where if you kill one of them, they're all gonna swarm you.
I had to run.
You were a cop killer.
I died. So it was, but it's
so
when you die, it's actually like Dark Souls. You have to actually go back to your body and pick up your stuff. So
yeah.
I died and I never went and picked up my stuff.
That sucks.
Well,
Sucks for
whatever.
you.
Yeah.
I just lost in the ether somewhere.
No, it's a lot of fun. Exploring is fun. One of my favorite features actually is when you're walking on a planet and a storm comes and you just gotta dig a hole to hide in there, and then you just gotta sit there for till the storm goes away.
See, I didn't know that you had to dig a hole. I'm not that. I'm just too.
You can
really just at the
you can just
part.
You can just stare right at it and keep so you can collect sodium, and your spacesuit
radiation.
Yeah, your spacesuit has a bio protection
exosuit, I believe is what it's called. The exo protection suit.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, exo.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah,
thank you for correcting me.
Be technical here.
Yeah,
okay?
I appreciate that.
We're scientists.
I'm an explorer. There's a difference. Wait, maybe not. Those are kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. So my exosuit,
yes,
second,
has
a biohazard protection on it. Is that okay?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. And you can refuel it with scientific elements, sodium in this case. Then that's how you would refill it. So you can stand in that storm and just be super proud of yourself.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what stood out to me. Sorry, Jordan. Sorry. Let me finish this. What stood out to me, I really liked that once you get your scanner visor, it tells you the information about the plants, the animals, what they give you. Then you can upload your information and you can name like your planets that you discover. Everything. It's like a giant. That's like a giant Excel spreadsheet for exploration. It's really in game. And
you get paid for it.
That's so satisfying. That is really satisfying. That exploration feature.
Every planet is a big piggy bank.
Yeah.
This is true. So sorry, Jordan, back to multiplayer.
So multiplayer is really cool. So me and Mark jumped into the same match, which we're not sure. I mean, I can just search Google and find out the actual answer. But if you go into multiplayer, so we've only had 4 people in a match. But if you actually go to the network tab, there's 16 slots. And in my mind, I think, well, why would when they designed the UI, put 16 slots and only let 4 in,
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if you're allowed to have more, or they maybe just had the intern do it that day and he put in the wrong stuff.
He put in the wrong amount of slots.
Yeah.
I would imagine that you can get 16 slots in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we want to try it out.
I was discussing with Spicy before the show. I would love for it to be possible, and Spicy thinks it is possible, for us to create basically one home planet where our home bases are that's perpetually there. You just have to build, Spicy, correct me if I'm wrong, you said that you think we could do it, we just have to build our bases on that same planet.
Yeah, because you can upload your base
right?
to the multiplayer verse.
Yes, and then you can teleport to your bases, from what I understand. Or you can actually build a teleporter. Mm-hmm. You can get the blueprints, and you can build a teleporter and go anywhere you want.
I almost built a teleporter first, but I built a chair. Instead, I built
Priorities.
The chair.
You got to be
sit.
comfortable.
You gotta
I
have a
built the
nice
chair
sit,
and I
man.
put it in our house.
Yeah, we have a house together.
Oh.
Jordan accidentally built a door for me, so I have my own entrance.
And again, correct me if I'm stupid, but I can't figure out how to destroy the door. So now I just have a house with 2 doors.
I
There's a
think
Mark-
it's permanent. I
there's a-
don't know how to
There's
destroy
a
it.
Mark door and a Jordan door that we can run through. It's really cool. The building's super fun because it's not as like detailed as Minecraft because you can't like do each
Yeah,
individual block, but you can build pretty extravagant. They let you. It's basic, right? Oh, it's like Fortnite, right? You got wall, floor, roof, stairs. You know,
It's more like Rust.
it's Rust. There you go. It's Rust. You know, wall,
Which
roof,
is the same
floor,
thing.
roof. Yeah,
Rust in space.
yeah, rusty
It's Rust
space.
in space.
So, but the reason multiplayer is so cool is because it's so friendly. The game wants you to be friends
Yeah.
because we're scientific
Can you attack each other?
explorers. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We tested
Yeah.
that out for science. I even flew up in my spaceship and nosedived down and shot him with my big guns,
Yeah.
my
Oh.
lasers.
Yeah, it
Did
hurt.
you die?
It
No.
shakes the ground.
It does.
Oh.
No.
It's pretty
It's
cool.
But what's cool is everything is shared. So like if Mark were to create a
Washing machine.
machine,
We call it the washing machine.
Yeah.
It's your refinery.
and it's
Okay.
actually No Man's Sky etiquette, you need to bring your own washing machine
Okay.
because
it's really not a washing machine. That people don't know what we're talking
No,
about.
no, it's
a
washing-
refinery.
no,
Yeah.
When you look, it's a washing machine.
It looks like a washing
It's
machine.
exactly like a washing
And it makes the
machine.
noise
There's
of a
a little
washing
window
machine.
and everything.
No, I'm serious.
No,
It's
there's
just-
I built
Oh
one
yeah,
already.
yeah, yeah. We call it the
It's like
washing
one of the first
machine.
things you built.
So No Man's Sky etiquette, you bring your own washing machine
Okay.
because you don't want to wait in line like at the laundromat. Like imagine if the laundromat only had
true.
one washing machine. You don't
You
want to
gotta
wait in line.
You don't
Yeah.
want to mix your
Yeah.
valuables.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah. No, you don't. So and you don't want to accidentally grab someone else's.
I want to grab your carbon by accident.
Yeah.
That's your carbon.
So No Man's Sky etiquette.
That's my condensed carbon, thank you.
Bring your own washing machine. Which we were actually people jumped in our game the other day and they brought their own washing machine.
See?
Very,
See?
very
really
good. Yeah,
nice.
No Man's Sky etiquette. So, but what's cool is everything is shared. So Mark built a, I don't know, it was some building that let us upgrade our suit.
No, I didn't build it. I paid money
Oh, okay. And
and I found it, and I got really concerned because people joined our game.
yeah,
And they went right to it on the I'm going to hyperdrive to this spot that I basically used currency to find this special building.
Yeah.
And it has an upgrade for our suit. And then somebody came in and was beelining right to it. And I'm
So
like,
you thought they were going to steal it?
I'm like, oh my gosh, no, you're not. And you have to do a whole bunch of, you got to do a lot of stuff
Yeah,
to
to
unlock the suit upgrade. But I did that, and we tested it. I had Jordan grab it, and then I could grab it, and then everyone in your instance can all grab the same.
yeah. So when
Upgrades.
Mark
simultaneously or no?
Well, I mean,
Well, not-
you got to
I
wait
mean,
in line.
yeah,
So,
wait, line.
so there's one, but everyone can
if
see
you want
it.
to bring your own, you can. Okay. I mean, same rules apply as the washing machine.
Yeah, you
but
have to wait
So
in line.
physics work.
Yeah, it's really that's actually a very powerful thing to know because if you're playing with 4 friends and you go, I have an exosuit, that's the correct term.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I have an exosuit upgrade. Come on over, and everyone will beeline to it because those are rare and expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
No,
that's-
it's really cool. Yeah, because Mark built it and we were able to use
I
it
didn't
without.
build it.
Well, I mean, dude,
I-
let's just say you built it.
Okay.
Come on.
all right. I did
He
it
paid
all.
for it.
I paid the special currency to find
Mark got it, and then not only was he able to use it, but all of us being his scientific exploring friends were also able to use it. And that's just how it goes. Like if I were to pick up carbon and Mark needed carbon, I could trade it to him just as easy.
it. Think of it like this, David. Because we're on multiplayer, let's say we go to 7-Eleven together, and I buy a slushie. Okay, then I magically take the slushie into 2 slushies, and I give you one, and I give Jordan one, all for the price of one. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Well, and
In the game.
What's cool is like a situation like that.
It's like free money.
That is cool.
In a situation like that, it actually encourages cooperativeness because remember it was like, oh, what do you need? I'll give you this, and then Mark, you obviously had the rest because you were playing. But like it was cool because we can trade stuff to each other, so
encourages you to work
everybody can
together.
like contribute to it, and then everybody's rewarded. It's a really cool multiplayer thing. Now, my question is, because Mark, you've played this the most, what's the tethering? Like, is there a tether on the multiplayer? Like,
no, you can go. I believe the tether is you're in the same galaxy.
oh, so you can't go to a different galaxy.
I don't know. We haven't tried that.
Okay, we're all in the same galaxy. Is there a map of the galaxy, by
Yes. You press down on the D when you're in your spaceship.
the way? Uh-huh.
You press down on the D-pad and go to the galaxy-looking logo.
Oh, okay.
And then, well, you haven't unlocked your hyperdrive yet, have you?
I actually just unlocked it today.
Okay. Go cruising.
All right, cool.
Yeah, just add
you
that
know
to
what
go to
was?
another galaxy.
I actually had to take a break, but keep the game on. What I had to do is I actually ran out of gas in space.
I had that happen too.
because I hit the 2 bumpers, and I didn't realize that what is that? That's not the hyperdrive. That's the step before the hyperdrive.
Yeah, that's your pulse drive.
Pulse drive, yeah,
or something
so
like that.
you hit the pulse drive to go faster,
Super fast, yeah.
and I'm traveling to a
It
different
costs
planet.
fuel.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought only taking off costed you fuel.
That costs you fuel too.
Yeah. So I before I left on the planet, I stocked up on those soda cans of fuel.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're called. There's little soda cans to me, but anyway, I had a ton of those. So I'm like, oh, I'm set. So I took off and I went, and halfway through my trip, I ran out of pulse fuel, and I was like, oh shoot, and I'm like still 2 days away. So I hit the right trigger, and then it went
It
down
says
to
2
like,
days. If you go at that speed, it would literally take you 2 days.
So I was like,
Like
okay,
in real time?
Real time, yeah.
So I was like, okay, and then I remembered B gives you like a little boost, so I hit B, and that brought it down to 1 day. So I was like, dang it. So what I did is I put my controller down, I laid a book on the B button.
You literally did
Yeah,
that?
and well, it wasn't like a day. It
Do
was
you know-
like
do you know how
it
to-
was like 20-something minutes or something like that,
Oh,
right?
okay,
Like
okay.
it brought it down to like 20-something minutes. So anyway, I went to the bathroom. I came back. I had lunch, and I made it.
Jordan, do you know how to get? You can get fuel in space.
What? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can
I'm
get
not a
fuel
very
in
good scientific explorer.
No.
I used the manual method.
Shoot the asteroids.
I did find out. You want to know something cool?
Okay.
If you're a bad driver and you run into the asteroid, and it hits your ship and explodes and you get hurt, you actually still collect the stuff
Because
from
you
it.
blew up the asteroid.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can do that with your weapons.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. So that's
If you
why
ever
there's
get stuck,
that is actually
shoot
why
the
there's a lot
weapons.
of asteroids in space. So you can
exactly.
Okay.
That's your portable fuel.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Because you can get
It
gold.
automatically is collected as you shoot those asteroids?
Yeah,
Okay.
you get gold and silver, but you need to get titanium.
Oh,
I believe.
okay.
I believe it's called titanium. So
Anyway, well, I used the book method.
And it worked.
I believe it was Chamber of Secrets.
He doesn't need asteroids.
I laid it
He's
right
got
on
a book.
Harry Potter got you there, man.
I just aimed it, I positioned it, and I went to the bathroom. I had a barbecue rib sandwich from Sam's Club. And,
so great.
And
I
yeah,
can
20
only
minutes
imagine
later, 20 minutes
if
later.
you were, that you're actually pretty close to that planet. If you were further, you would have had like 6 hours of flight time.
Yeah, I know. So, but it was, so.
So overall,
It's a good, it's really
recommend it. Is it a must buy for you, Mr. McSpicy? A must buy? Yes or no?
$50. Yeah, man. I already sunk 17 hours.
Yeah.
This is going to be a 100-hour plus game for me.
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
that's
It's
awesome.
so it goes deeper and deeper and deeper the more you play.
That's cool.
Like, for example, did you know that every space station you go to has an exosuit upgrade? You remember how we were
Yeah.
doing that thing?
Yeah, I found that out.
You just got to walk around.
Yeah, it's in the, there's like a fish guy. Well, in the one that I was in. Yeah.
I believe they're the Gek.
Oh, sorry. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not a very good scientific
I
explorer.
can't believe. Don't let them hear you say that.
I call fish people. So they can't even speak English.
So must buy McSpicy. Jordan, agree, disagree?
Yeah, I mean, not only are you getting the base game, but we're getting 3 expansions plus the latest expansion, which is No Man's Sky, which is next, which is essentially a whole new game.
It's a new game,
Right,
which
so-
is I think this is the game they originally wanted to
Yeah.
release.
So it's well worth it.
So they redeemed themselves.
Yeah.
in
Oh
your
yeah,
mind.
oh yeah.
And my character literally looks like a stormtrooper.
I like that.
You can customize
I
your
appreciate
character.
that.
The reason it's worth $50 is because when you pull up to a space station, this intense sci-fi rock music starts playing, and it was awesome.
I
Do you
will say
remember that?
So that's one thing that stands out to me already.
Well-
the soundtrack in this game is phenomenal.
You're gonna laugh at me. I turn the soundtrack off, and every time I get in my ship, I play Top Gun.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I noticed. It's hilarious.
That is good.
No, but the soundtrack in this game, Spicy, is phenomenal.
when-
It's blowing
yeah,
my
it's
mind,
good.
actually.
When you, I hope you didn't turn it off before you pulled to the first space station, because that sci-fi rock music was legit.
So let's get to the community review here. This is every time a big game comes out, we do a community review. To get access to the community review,
What are you doing? I'm looking at Jordan.
It's like flipping papers. All you need to do is just join us on Discord. If you haven't joined us on Discord yet, you're missing out. Come hang out, have fun. It's an amazing community. Just head over to XoneBros.com/Discord to join the server. It's where we hang out, chat all things games 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then every time a big games come out, we post a link to our community review survey. The community review for No Man's Sky Next, released now on the Xbox One, is 50% of the community said it was great, which is an A. 45% gave it a B, and 5% said meh, which is a D. actually, which works out to be a B+ overall by our community. That's a pretty good score. Yeah. What was the last game we reviewed? Also got a B. Oh, The Crew 2, I believe, got a B+ as well, which is a decent game as well. Common positive things about the game, so you have a chance to comment. These are reoccurring themes that I see. We don't list all of them, but we list reoccurring ones. I love to explore positive things about the games, things people really like, the community really like. Loving to explore the artwork. It looks amazing. And quote, this is just exactly what McSpicy said, quote, it's an adult version of Minecraft in space. A lot of people said that it's Minecraft. I feel like this is the adult Minecraft, a better Minecraft for some people.
I think it's better because it's deeper. It's more... It's way
more about exploration than about building, right? Like
no, you haven't gotten to the building part.
Well, but Minecraft, to what you can build.
Wait till you get a frigate.
Yeah, a friggin' frigate.
Yeah, which I have now, by the way. I got myself a frigate.
You were very excited about it.
Oh yeah, it's like a $2.5 million. No, it's a $13 million ship I got for free on accident because some captain was like, I fly into this galaxy. Okay. I come on into this galaxy. And I'm playing Top Gun.
I like it.
You know,
so far I like where this story's headed.
You know, I'm playing Top Gun, and then I see, as I enter this galaxy, I see this ship, this huge ship, being attacked by little buzzard.
Yep.
Let's call them space pirates.
Okay, I like them.
That's probably what they are.
They probably are space pirates.
Space pirates. And then it says distress call, and so I
you
go
help them.
I did, and I actually looked down because I role play, and I pressed the 8-track to another song, you know, to my fighting song. I believe it was Kill Bill.
Okay, very nice.
You know? No, it was Rocky 4.
Rocky, okay.
I believe it was Rocky.
I think it was Rocky. I remember this.
Oh, you were watching this?
Yes, I was watching.
So I changed. I looked down, flip the 8-track over, and then I go into Rocky mode, and I kill these people. There's like 5 ships or something. It was really. I had never fought before, but I handled them. Like it was nobody's business. I was born.
And so as a reward, they gifted you the ship?
Well,
or what
no.
happened?
So the guy's like, hey, come here. Come on my ship. Thank you. I want to reward you. So I walk up and I talk to I find the general in this like huge. The ship's huge. It's massive. And I walk around and I find this guy and he's like, and I couldn't understand him. But then the game kind of helps me understand. Yep. And he's like, I had a really tough day. And this has been a bad week. And actually, it's been a bad year. I hate the people I work with. I hate everything about my life. Can you just take this ship off my hands?
No way.
And I was like, wait, there's got to be a downside, right? He gave me a $13 million ship for free, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. I know the phrase "never look a gift horse in the mouth."
Did the crew mutiny you?
Yeah, they actually eventually
maybe
locked
that,
well, I think that was my fault.
That's probably why he quit.
Yeah, he didn't want to be mutinied.
They didn't mutiny me. I kind of accidentally ran into the ship several times, again and again and again for about a minute. And apparently, if you do that in space, they lock the doors.
They don't look kindly on that.
No, they don't look kindly. So, anyways, I got myself a ship that I can't get back into now. I gotta make some calls. Got to send some emails of apology to the captain again.
So, some criticism that the community has. The very beginning of the game is a little confusing. Saw that a lot. That is true. I mean, at the very beginning, it definitely doesn't hold your hand. Sometimes I am a little bit lost, but you find your way. That's kind of a negative and a positive because I kind of like that they do that. Like they just let me, since it is about exploring, it falls into that exploring theme. You're literally exploring how to play the game at first too. Mm-hmm. But it is definitely confusing at first. I agree. The drones. Here's one for Jordan the Man. The drones are extremely annoying.
Yeah,
Jordan
I experienced
was
that
killed
on
by
my
the drones.
first planet. Yeah.
So shoot them.
The drones are on the planet. And if they are next to you while you are harvesting something or mining something or destroying the planet in any way, they attack you.
Yeah, who controls those drones? Like, who is this drone master?
Maybe we'll find out.
I hope it's in the game because I'd like
find out.
I think in the lore, they're supposed to be annoying because I went to a space station and you can go to like the mission person that gives you missions. And 5 out of the 8 were kill the Sentinels. So I got all those.
Well, did you go to like the weaponsmith guy? Like he's got some crazy guns hanging on the wall.
I know they're expensive, man.
Yeah, they are. I tried to buy one. I'm not that cool yet.
Yeah, I talked to one guy and he was like, "Hey," and he like made a weird smell. And my guy's like, I can't believe this. Like, they have inner dialogue. Like,
Yeah.
he ripped one. Basically, this
Did he
alien
poop
ripped.
his pants?
The alien ripped one. It even said he like made this foul-smelling scent or something. So he makes this. The alien. I walk up to him and the alien rips one, and I go up to him and I start talking. And I like.
Aren't you wearing your helmet?
I can't remember. Yeah.
Can you
Did you
like
look in?
examine it?
The helmet works in space, yet it penetrated my exosuit.
That's some foul.
That was potent, man.
Yes.
yeah.
Potent.
He
Holy
must have went
cow.
to like Betos or something.
Yeah, I know. He went to some Mexican restaurant that just blew him to shreds. I mean, no healthy alien should be making that kind of smell. Right? So I go to this alien, and one of the options was slap him in the face.
That's the universal symbol. Like if you don't,
You know that's what you're supposed to do.
I can't remember what I think I slapped him in the face, but then he was like, he looked at you in awe, and he gave me a new multi-tool.
Because you slapped him in the face.
I don't even, yeah.
Don't you remember last week when I slapped Jordan in the face? That was why. It's just what you do.
It's a sign of respect in some cultures.
Yeah, it's just what you do.
So he ripped one, I slapped him, and he gave me a new weapon.
So the drones are extremely annoying, and last but not least, community criticism of the game. They believe a lot of people said this, that their map systems need a little bit of work. Sometimes the map systems aren't as
Map systems.
intuitive. Galaxy map system or the map interface.
I would say the whole game isn't intuitive because it's like you gotta figure stuff out.
Yeah, no, that's true.
By
That is
design,
very
it's
true.
not.
By design, it's not intuitive.
Overall, a B+. That's the community review. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Again, if you want to be part of those, come join us on Discord at discord.com/XoneBros. It's amazing. We've got over 1,000 people in Discord with no trolls, basically. So it's
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing. 1,000 people coming
From
together
the internet.
for our love
From
of
the
gaming.
internet.
Yeah, for our love
Scientific
of gaming.
explorers.
True achievements, they're back. The True Achievement leaderboards. Where do you land?
I'm gonna hit that just because I could.
Because that's literally achievement unlocking.
Yeah.
The True Achievement leaderboard, it's 7 days revolving. So every 7 days, we talk about the top 5 players on the board. Go join the XoneBros True Achievements leaderboard. Just go to trueachievements.com and search XoneBros, and you'll be able to compare yourself to the rest of the community. Number 1 is BPS 21. Can we get some? Let's get some like hype music here.
What? Oh yeah, we're doing the achievement.
Yeah,
Okay.
something here. Top 5 here for the hype music. We announced them. Top 5 for the last 7 days. These are top 5 people in True Achievements, the achievement hunters of the community. Oh, here we go.
Something copyrighted.
Come
so
on,
we can get in
so we
trouble.
get in trouble for this. Come on down. Number 1 coming in at we'll go number 5. Coming in at number 5, we got Geocharger.
right.
Geocharger, Mavs Manx comes in at number 4. Jody Mack coming in at number 3. Michael Used at number 2, and last but not least, the number 1 XoneBros True Achievement leaderboard achievement hunter.
I'm gonna
score,
gradually make the music go louder. Go.
BPS 21. Yes.
Okay, I gotta keep it under 30 seconds or we're screwed.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you very much. Reactor League and Ronan made the top 10, as did Buffs, Ozman, and Rocker Dude. So congratulations to the top 5 community members from the True Achievements leaderboard. Congratulations, guys. You guys did it.
Good job.
We didn't, but you did.
Good job, team.
So good job. But we did have something big. We had a community challenge. Our community challenge was for Turbine Terror over on Trials. You had to post your top time to Turbine Trials or Turbine Terror on Trials.
Yes, you're sounding really exciting.
The winner gets an Xbox Live Gold card unless one of us wins. And wouldn't you know it, one of us won. Let's get some kind of hype music for this announcement.
Hype music for Jordan.
Coming in at 40,
No, I'm not doing hype music.
44 seconds. 44.
This is sad music.
6 seconds.
This is sad music for Jordan.
Gandalf song.
This is Gandalf Falls. Yeah.
Nobody
Or
could,
Superman.
Nobody could beat
To
him.
the
Oh yeah, or
trailer,
Superman.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
To the trailer,
Nobody could beat him. He's the man. I tried to beat you today. I gave it a good.
Yeah.
I gave
Did
it a
you
good
try it, Mark? You're a
hi
trials
ho.
guy.
I could get it to the 45 seconds, the low 45s.
Yeah, I tried. I basically tied my own score in the 45s. So no, I was 44.
You're 44. You're like a
Yeah.
couple milliseconds
Yeah.
beyond him. So I got close, but 44.66 seconds. That's amazing. Turbine Terror. That's our
Yes.
community challenge.
Yeah.
Golf clap.
It was Jordan that won.
Golf clap. Good job, Jordan.
me.
Congratulations.
It was Jordan. Jordan shut everyone down right at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
If you'd like to participate in our community challenge, you can do so.
Bam.
Again, it's in Discord. We've got another community challenge for this next week. This one's a little bit different. We've done times, we've done racing. Now it's time to do some shooting, baby. Mr. McSpicy, why don't you explain this week's community challenge? It's in Fortnite, baby. We're doing Fortnite.
We're gonna do a Fortnite challenge. I thought it would be good to switch things up and not just do racing for our challenges. So we discussed this, and it's going to be a Fortnite challenge. It's a free game, so everybody can download it and play it and try to get this. The Fortnite is in the Battle Royale mode. All you have to do is get as many kills as you can in a match.
Yeah. Doesn't matter position.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what race or what map or whatever it is. The most kills in one match. The stipulation is the contest starts today, so you can't use old data to show how many kills you got.
Yeah.
How you're gonna post this? Of course, it's on Discord. So you're gonna go to the Discord, and there's a community challenge channel on Discord. You'll see it to the left on that wonderful software. You'll see the format, but the screenshot you're gonna grab it from your replay tab. On Fortnite, there's a replay tab. It's like under your profile. You right bumper over to your profile. You go into the replay tab. From there, we will be able to see the date the match happened and other things about it, but it'll show your final position. Final position doesn't matter. It can be 2 out of 100. You can take 10th place, first place, whatever it is.
80th place.
80th. If you killed those those first 20.
Yeah.
But the stipulation is it's starting after today, so basically now. And post your picture, gamer tag, and the kills. You'll see the
kill amount.
Yeah, the kill amount, and then post that screenshot. It's really easy to get a screenshot on there. If you were on the Xbox, you couldn't snap it with your phone. That's fine. Just make sure we can see the whole screen. And yeah, that's the challenge. Get as many kills as you can in one game.
Only post in community challenge if you have the most kills. So like
more kills than the last person.
So if Jordan puts up 10 and McSpicy gets 11, McSpicy puts his up. If I get 9 the next time, I don't put mine up. McSpicy stays at the top of the leaderboard.
So CDR Tuvok in chat, I want to say this. He says 50 versus 50 has to be a little easier to get more kills. Not necessarily. Me personally, I've played this game quite a bit. The most kills I've gotten has been in a solo match. And the reason that is the case is because there's no reviving.
Okay.
It makes it a lot easier
to get that kill.
So it depends on what you're more comfortable with. So that's why I thought it would be easy to just say whatever game mode.
Yeah.
For some reason, 50 versus 50, I don't get a lot of kills because people revive themselves.
High Warriors asks, does it matter what game mode? It does not, as long as it's in the multiplayer.
Well, it has to be in Battle Royale.
It has to be in Battle
Save
Royale.
the World, you can't even do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And just remember, hit the replay tab, grab it with the date. It has to be after today, 7/27, 2018, until next Friday.
Yeah, should we do the really big reward for this one?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so we had this person asked not to be revealed, but we had an anonymous donator donate a game for the Switch. So if you want to win, or if you want to get this game, it's Zelda for the Switch.
Not just the game. It's like one of the greatest games ever made.
It's one of the greatest games ever made. So you have a week to do this. For those whoever gets the most kills gets Zelda for the Switch.
Zelda for the Switch, baby. Digital code.
Yeah. So that's the plan.
Boom.
So this
is
is
a big
cool.
one.
This
so
is a big
Fortnite,
one.
It's a big game. It's a big challenge, community challenge. It's a good time. Join us. It's going to be a blast. And with that...
Hold on. Playground mode. I got to test something. No playground mode. I don't think you can really get high kills in playground mode.
I think it only allows 4 people in playground mode.
Yeah, and we'll be able to tell because it shows the time as well on the replay. So, yeah. So playground mode won't work.
Yeah, and we'll test it.
And we'll test it just in case. But we're onto this. But that's just everything but playground mode is the thing. And it's a free game, so everyone can try. It'll be fun. It should be really fun.
Good luck. Just got to get kills, which actually will change the way you play the game. Really, if you're not even, it might actually make you better. If you're not worried about winning, you're worried about killing. It's gonna make you better.
It absolutely will make you better. Getting aggressive in that game makes you a better player.
Yeah, absolutely. Zelda Breath of the Wild is the winner for this week's community challenge. It ends 6:30 Eastern. No, 8:30 Eastern next Friday. 8:30 Eastern next Friday is when this community challenge ends. And with that, let's get this show on the road. Jordan, the Xbox plus news equals good times.
Yay!
Tell us what is happening in the world that is Xbox One this week.
I gotta say this: if there's a tie, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll give you something really good.
We'll have sudden death.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Battle to
figure it
the
out.
death.
There will be. Us three are the judges.
Yeah, and we just make it up as we go along.
Okay,
There's
Jordan.
no official rule
So, Fortnite still, it's Fortnite's birthday. So, patch 5.10. Happy birthday to Fortnite. It's been
Happy
around
birthday,
for
Fortnite.
a year, and I believe they said it was actually going to be in full release at the year mark. And
it's not.
it's not.
But I mean, it's already a fully fleshed out game.
Yeah.
Making more money than a lot of release
Making
games.
more money than God.
Yeah. And
Truly.
it's free. So, anyway, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's birthday cakes scattered throughout the map. They give you +5 shield, +5 health
Very nice.
as soon as you eat them. So get that birthday cake on.
Wait, you can eat them?
Yeah.
You pick them up and
Yeah, it's a birthday
eat them.
But wait, is it the big birthday cake? I've seen big birthday cakes.
There is little birthday cakes scattered throughout the map. Remember, like the mushrooms and the like crystals.
They're
I
birthday
believe
cakes?
there's birthday cakes.
I haven't seen any. I've only seen the big cakes.
Maybe you weren't invited to the party.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's funny. There's also a new weapon. Have you got to try out the new weapon, Mark? It's basically, it looks like the battle rifle from Halo.
Yeah, I
It's
saw
a,
it. Yeah,
let me get the name of it.
Well,
really
I
quick.
mean-
it's a compact SMG.
that's that
It's
gun.
for close quarters.
I recognize that gun from GoldenEye. It was in GoldenEye.
Yeah, GoldenEye. Very.
I think
cool.
it's actually a real gun. I think it was made in Switzerland in 1996.
That's pretty cool.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
it's for close quarters, so it's very cool. But yeah, birthday event going on, which is really fun. Cake slices give +5 health and +5 shields instantly when consumed,
That's cool.
according to the patch notes. But who knows? They maybe just threw it in there for fun, and really they didn't actually add that to the game.
Yeah, what's really cool about it is this is going to sound stupid, but I really like the birthday music when you're flying in the bus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, and they, you know them, they don't care about copyright. I think a year or two ago that song just got released out of copyright, so they're jumping on it. Happy Birthday to You was copyrighted for like 100 years.
I think everything's copyrighted.
Yeah.
What I'm saying right now is probably copyrighted somewhere.
Well, I know I used some copyrighted music in the show already.
You want to know something cool that was added?
Yes.
Golf carts have been added and spawn 100% of the time.
Golf carts?
Yeah, the little cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they spawn 100% of the time according to the patch notes.
100% of the time it works every
It
time.
works every time according to them.
Okay.
So anyway, it's just the birthday event that they're doing. There's a lot of cool stuff like the birthday cake, the new weapon, all that fun stuff. There's a few Save the World stuff too. So if you're into Save the World, you'll have a new area. I believe it's a desert biome in the Save the World.
Save the cheerleader.
So
Save the
they're Canyon.
Oh, remember when that
Valley.
show was good?
Dude,
Yeah.
for one
Remember when
season.
that show? Yeah.
You put, I think that season of Heroes, first season, you could put that up against any season of any show and it would be top notch. Like the story writing
was really good.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the writer strike happened, and then
it's also one of the greatest downfalls of any
one of the
show
greatest
ever.
first seasons of any show, and one of the greatest drops.
Drops ever.
Heroes. Whew. That was a good show. Jordan, back to you.
Anyway, you can save the world in Canyon Valley, and in Battle Royale, you can use the new weapon. And we already kind of talked about this, but Playground mode is back. So be sure to jump on the limited time event of Playground mode, which they should just make permanent.
So speaking of Fortnite and
They should.
Fortnite-like modes, Battlefield 5, Call of Duty, they're both getting it. Battlefield 5 is getting, is it called Grand Operations? Or
No.
is Grand Operations
Yeah.
is the one that's in Battlefield 1 right now.
Well, operations, grand operations are what I think we.
Those
played
are
at
operations,
E3.
but bigger.
Yeah, they're grand.
They're grander.
So we just heard this week that they actually won't be available at launch, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like their flagship thing that they were showing, and then they're like, yeah,
screw it.
we'll take it out.
Yeah.
No, it'll still be there. The game still looks good. It's going to be fun. But grand operations won't be available at launch. It'll be added a little bit later.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite.
Some news on Halo Infinite.
Yeah. So they got a co-developer.
Yeah,
I believe it's
wonder-
Skybox.
I don't know anything about Skybox. Do you?
They build skyboxes.
They built Skyboxes at the baseball games.
Yeah.
No, what is the any? I don't know anything about it other than they got
No,
a
it's just, well,
co-developer.
they didn't really say much. It was just like, hey, we
I wonder,
needed help,
will they handle
so we
the
got help.
multiplayer aspect of it?
I sure hope not.
specifically, Or did they? Was there any news about it?
I
or
hope
just
they
the
only
fact-
handle like the coffee in the morning. To be honest with you, because
Because that's what happened with Master Chief Collection,
I think they
right?
outsourced the matchmaking.
And the matchmaking.
I remember.
That's a pretty important thing in a game like that.
Well, let's be honest.
Well, I
it
mean-
killed it, kind of. It kind of killed that game.
If you look at the credits, there's actually a lot of different studios that are involved with one game. Like, you have Blur that does things.
It's like a
there's-
movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different people that are involved in one thing, but usually the main developer kind of oversees a lot of things. And in Master Chief Collection, I don't think that guy showed up for work
Not
that day when they checked the matchmaking because it was in trouble. But speaking of Halo, let's talk about the Master Chief Collection. We found out at E3 that it's going to be updated. Well, actually, we found out before E3. But anyway, it's going to be updated. And they've showed off some stuff. If you're in the Insider program on Xbox, I think certain rings or certain people, it's going to go to every Insider.
Yeah.
But the high-end Insiders right now,
Sure.
they get beta access to the new Master Chief Collection updates, and they get to give feedback.
So what
and
are
stuff
those
like that.
updates?
So the little thing, the main menu completely changed, much more organized now,
Okay.
way sleeker looking, a lot faster too.
Yeah, because you had to dig to
Yeah.
get, like, you had to go in a few layers to
Now
find
it's
maps in the
all
whole
on a
shot.
kind of a sidebar. You scroll up and down, and everything's
Okay.
laid out horizontally for it. It's really quite cool. So,
Okay.
but anyway, and it's of course getting more updates. I think they're doing like 4K stuff and all that fun stuff. But anyway, it's really cool. I saw the menu system this week, which was
What you liked.
which is what I wanted to know about.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
All about the menu.
Games
system.
with
Very
Gold.
cool.
Everybody that complains about Games with Gold, complain no longer. Or about the free games that you get at Games with Gold, that they're not that quality or blah, blah, blah. Complain no longer, because this month is amazing. The month of August, they were announced For Honor
Oh, yeah.
and Forza Horizon 2.
Yeah.
Your free games with Gold, those are powerhouse.
Don't forget Dead Space 3.
And-
Phase 3.
Probably the best one on there, Epic Mickey 2: The Power of 2.
Yeah. I never played that,
I
but
think
I
you
know it
actually
got
need to
highly
connect for
reviewed.
that game. Maybe you don't. I
No,
don't
I
know.
don't
it's
think
for
you
the
do.
360. Wait, there
It's
was
a backward compatibility.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm into
Anyway,
it.
yeah, For Honor and Forza Horizon 2. Forza Horizon 2, that's the one in Australia, correct? Because Forza Horizon 3 is the next one.
Yeah.
Or is Forza
No,
Horizon...
Australia is 3.
No,
3, okay.
3,
And then,
and
Horizon
then
4
Horizon
is the
4
next one.
is
yeah.
UK.
Which there's some news about that as
There's
well.
all kinds of news
But,
for that. I'm so
August-
hyped for that game. Oh.
August 1st through the 31st is when you can get Horizon 2, and August 16th is when you can get For Honor.
Yeah, I'm actually
which is
going to be
pretty
going
cool.
back and doing Forza Horizon 2. I've been convinced to do it because you get more credits, which then goes. I like that you're experiencing games perpetually, like in your Forza series. They've figured out a way to make it worth something to you.
Yeah, no,
so
it's really
cool.
Well, let's talk about Horizon 4.
Yes.
That takes place in England.
It does. They showed off winter this
yeah,
week.
all this week they've been doing little streams and stuff. The game looks pretty, man.
Yeah, every week they're
The
going to show off a new
game
season.
Looks pretty.
It
yeah,
looks
winter was
beautiful.
this week,
I'm telling you.
and it looks fun.
Well, I'm telling you, it being in the UK is such a cool. There's one scene where they're driving up on this hill that's like a cliff, and there's sheep around, and it's just
Did they hit the sheep?
blows my mind.
You
No.
can. You go right through it.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's like the Crew 2 mechanics.
dang it.
Yeah.
See, dude, but Forza Horizon always does it to me. I think like I'm having a lot of fun with the Crew too, but then I watch this all this week. I'm like, when
And
this
you're
comes
like,
out,
wow.
I'm just gonna leave Crew
Yeah.
behind and jump onto
Blows
Horizon. Like
your
it
mind.
it looks so good, and it's fun, and I like that. I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion.
Okay.
So Crew 2 is very arcadey, which there's nothing wrong with that. It reminds me of the old Midnight Club games and stuff like
Yeah.
that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a fun game. But I feel like Forza Horizon is that perfect balance of arcade. Like it's because it's not the simulation like Forza Motorsport. Not even close.
You can tweak it.
You can
so
tweak it.
It makes
yeah.
it more
but
simulator.
if you play just at the base standard, I think it's just that sweet spot. It's arcadey, but you can't just like in the Crew right now. I can run into an overpass and still pass people. Like, you know what I mean? I can hit the overpass and just grind to the wall. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's. I feel like Horizon series nailed that sweet spot of it's got that arcade feel, but you still got to have a little bit of skill there.
Yeah.
Not that you don't have to have
a
skill
lot of
with-
skill.
Well, yeah, not that you don't have to have
Come
skill
on.
with Crew, but I mean, I feel like Horizon has that sweet spot between them. If you just leave it at the base, I mean, you can obviously make it more simulated.
I agree.
but-
I'm just so excited. The way that they're doing it too, giving us a little bit each week
Oh yeah.
to digest, to build. They're doing such a good job of building. I'm so stoked for this game right now.
I am too.
Does it release? When
This
does Red
year.
Dead Redemption release? It releases in October. Forza Horizon 4.
It's going head to head with Red
doesn't
Dead
Red Dead
Redemption. They're not even
release
afraid.
in October as well?
I don't know.
Holy crap!
Uh
What
oh.
am I going to do? Race
Lot of
horses
stuff.
or race cars? I don't know.
Next.
You know what one you're going to choose.
Oh.
Wait. No, those are both your favorite games ever.
Yeah, but I mean, they're both. Well, Forza Horizon is my favorite iteration of a game. Oh,
Red Dead was one of your.
it's October, I believe. Red Dead Redemption.
Okay, Red Dead Redemption 2 is October 26th.
Oh, okay. It's like October 4th for the. So I've got a month. I've got like 3 weeks to hit that hard. I'm gonna put in
Hit it
200
hard.
hours in 3 weeks. It's my goal.
Hit it hard.
Boom,
so.
done.
Dude, the next story is actually
October's
kind of
coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
fast. Less than
August,
almost a month
September,
away.
October.
Yeah, we're at the end of. We're at August right now.
wow.
So 2 months away. Sorry, not a month. Yeah.
Oh,
my goodness.
Wow.
Anyway, the next story is actually one of my favorite stories because of many reasons. So the Xbox
The story
adaptive
actually makes me a
control-
little mad, and I'll tell you why.
Well, yeah,
afterwards.
that's kind of why it's my favorite of the week because it makes me mad too. But
Yeah.
I'll explain why it upsets
Yeah.
me. So, the adaptive controller,
It's
which
so
we've
cool.
talked, yeah, it's
They
super cool.
really put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, it's for people with limited mobility or
Not-
anything,
yeah.
can't use the traditional controller.
Not only
can-
did they
can-
put a ton of thought into the controller, but they put a ton of thought into the packaging.
yes, but before we get to the packaging, you can pre-order it.
Yes.
And I don't know if they have limited supply or anything like that, but you can pre-order it. It's coming out. I don't know if is it out now. Mark, can you internet it? For
No,
us?
I don't think it's
Is
out
it
now.
out
What am
now?
I looking up?
It
The
might be.
adaptive controller.
Who
It's
knows?
coming out soon, but I know you can pre-order it as of this week. It's $100, so it's a little bit pricey, but it's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And I actually want one.
Do
but
whatever you want with it.
They announced this week that the same, like David was saying, they put a lot of thought into the controller. They
September.
Put that, thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Which is
September.
actually coming up. So
Yeah.
they put a lot of thought into the packaging. So the packaging is actually made for people with limited mobility as well. It's very easy to unpackage. You can kind of see the little screenshot here on my screen
GIF,
if you
yeah.
look at it. But
Everything is just like
it's
basically you
modular.
could do
Yeah,
it
just-
with one.
yeah,
I mean, one hand if you have
Yeah.
to, or not even if you can't use your hand. There's like it's one motion to open
To
up
open the whole
everything
box.
with ease,
uh-huh.
which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
The reason
It-
that I'm angry
Amen.
is because let's just put that on all our packaging. Like just put it on my controller. Just
Couldn't
Put
have done
it-
that on the Xbox.
put it on put it on everything. Just
Yeah.
I will pay. I'm willing to pay $5 extra per device
Yeah.
to just.
I'm sick of walking to the kitchen and
It's
getting a
just
knife.
So beautiful. I don't need. I don't want to have a knife.
Yeah, or
when my
you-
sharp keys
or
won't
all
work.
your knives
you know.
are dirty, and you're like, and you got to get your keys.
Or
and
then
you
you
don't know
do
where
it
your keys
and
are.
you stick your knife in a little bit too far and,
And-
you cut
Wait.
things you're not supposed to cut or
You're-
scratch some stuff.
Let me get this right. You're
Yes.
complaining that packaging up to this point was not up to your standard.
Yes.
Yeah. And they have proven that with a little bit of thought, they could have made it easy for us all along.
But a little bit of thought. It says Xbox spent a year designing the packaging.
It's a little bit of thought.
That's a lot of thought. And I'm sure it wasn't,
Well, now that
they had
okay.
another department on this
Okay.
one.
Now
I think
that
they hired
they've
packaging
now that
engineers
they've
from
revolutionized
UPS.
packaging for this
Yeah.
item, let's just take those things that we've learned about packaging and apply it to every Xbox official
No,
Microsoft device.
It's just the evolution of mankind. I mean, what was
Hey.
it 8,000
Okay.
BC? We had farming and agriculture.
Okay, I take it back. I'm not angry.
We had the Bronze Age.
I'm excited if it's coming to everywhere else.
And in
I want it to come to-
2018,
honestly,
we had
if-
packaging
If it does not
improvements.
come to any future Xbox console, I'm calling them lazy. I'm doing it.
Why are you mad at this? This is just the evolution.
no, it's
Okay,
such a
okay.
cool. It's such a cool thing. I just really want it on everything.
Kevin Marshall had just started working on this. Okay, he's the guy who did it. I'm
He
reading the
takes
article.
boxes very seriously.
He takes So we had to. A lot of things had to
Like,
align.
look, when you
Wait,
open
his
the
title-
the
David.
box when it ships, it folds open automatically.
do you know how many?
Oh.
Do you know how many things had to align for this box technology to have happened?
I don't know.
I mean, we had to have the United States became a country in 1776, right?
And from there, it's just a domino effect.
It's a domino effect.
I-
Up
okay,
until
I-
Kevin Marshall getting a job at Xbox.
well, Kevin Marshall's the man.
no, in all seriousness,
I
this
think he should get a raise and put this on every other box. His title's awesome.
What is his
It's
title?
Creative Director of Global Packaging and Content.
that is cool.
See?
Give that man a raise.
No, this packaging is awesome.
No, it is so cool. I want it on everything. Everything. I will buy physical copies of games if you give me this kind of packaging with like one swipe and
Yeah.
the case folds open.
Not me, I'm too
to my
lazy.
sparkly game.
No, this
Oh.
is made for you though.
Yep, this is
No,
this is not made
but
for
I'm,
him.
I'm not
Well,
going to
but-
buy the box
Oh,
to
okay.
play the game.
Okay, but when you get your next Xbox, imagine if you could just rip it open
No.
and the box folds open.
I'm imagining it, and I'm thinking, wow, this is great.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Super cool. Good job, Microsoft.
Good job, Kevin Marshall.
It really is cool. In all seriousness, I really do hope that it
No,
comes everywhere.
what's awesome is a lot of obviously a lot of thought and care went into this device, this packaging. Everything about this controller was like they thought of every step everything, right? My hope is that they apply that same passion, if you will, to all future devices, especially boxing.
Yeah, I mean the boxing technology took a leap this year. It just jumped ahead.
And Microsoft pioneered it. All right, they pioneered Windows, they pioneered boxes.
Man, if Henry Ford can see where we are now,
Dude, Amazon better take note. They better be
Amazon better
careful. I'll
watch
tell you
out,
what.
man. There's stupid little Echo tape.
Yeah, freaking that it has like
Twitch
cloth,
Prime.
has
Oh.
cloth in between it, and
Yeah.
it rips up my keys. I legitimately
Yeah.
have to get a knife for
but
that thing.
that's the exterior box. Microsoft hasn't even attempted
no,
that.
have.
Mark, you haven't
Right
seen the
here.
exterior box.
Right
Look,
here,
watch.
this is what
Yeah,
I'm showing
look,
you. Watch,
here.
just watch this. Wait, it's a little video. Look at that.
Whoop.
Watch what happens.
You're right.
Whoa.
Blows my mind.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, blows
Yeah,
my mind.
2018 was a good year for boxing.
I want that on everything. Shadow of the Tomb Raider
Yes.
had a major reveal today.
You got to be careful when you say
gameplay.
this word. It's
Welcome to Paititi.
it's
Paititi,
It's
cousin of Paitata.
it's pai tai. It's pai tai tai. Or
Yes,
something.
I think it is. I heard Major Nelson
it's,
say it
it's
too.
pai tai tai.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Pai
pai tai-
tai-
That's tie-tie? How is that tie-tie? That is titty. That says titty.
I mean,
Paititi,
it's clearly like
paititi.
it's clearly like a
There's no
like-
Y. It's two I's.
Pacific island
TT.
somewhere or like an Asian
Okay,
island.
I'm sorry. Paititi.
It's tai tai. Pai tai tai.
Not to be confused with Pai Tata.
That's what I said. Yeah, they're cousins.
They come from the same Latin root.
Paititi
Anyways,
and Paitata. They're
It's really cool.
great.
It's basically the hub.
Yeah, it's a hub in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's actually the biggest hub they've ever made.
So we're talking Paitata, if you know what I'm saying.
It's the biggest hub they've ever made.
We're so immature.
in a Tomb Raider game.
No, we're adults. This
It
great.
is. It's huge.
It's huge.
So what's really cool is there's main quests here. There's side quests.
Side
you
quests.
can swim, explore.
There's
Basically, it's just a
Raider
hub.
quests,
Yeah,
which
very,
basically
very
seems
cool.
like a dungeon mode to me.
And I believe, I forget how long the demo was, but they showed it. Obviously, it was a good demo. Watch it. You can watch it on YouTube or anywhere.
Yeah,
you
go
can
check
find
it out.
But it's super cool. This game is looking really good. I actually I played the first one and beat it, and I thought it was a really good Tomb Raider revamp. The ending, classic
ending.
Lara Croft brings it back for those hardcore fans. The second one, I need to go back and play. I got into it for a minute, and then I think Fortnite came out with the Battle Pass.
Okay.
And I never played it again after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then other stuff came out. But I want to follow the story. I want to be a part of the journey here. But this game is looking really, really good. I'm really excited for it. So
Yeah. So is it with this hub? Is it more open world than the past?
well, I
games?
assume
don't know
it's
a lot
just
about this
like
game.
I assume it's just like the other two. There's still hubs. I mean, it's still going to be a linear story. I think ish, right? Because it's got to. That's just how kind
Yeah.
of adventure games kind of work, But this hub, where you can obviously progress your main story quest by being in this hub, but go out and do other things. Like you said, they have the side quests and all the other stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of a hub. Think of a hub world, and that's what it is.
Yeah, but hub worlds are traditionally open world.
Well, hub sections are. So that
Yeah.
section is open world.
Well, no. But so, for instance, like even Destiny is basically open world,
Uh-huh.
and you go to the hub to decide what am I going to do. I can do
Yeah.
any of these things.
Well, because the way the story works, like especially in the second one, you basically progress through the story, and each section you're in is very open. Like there's different sections that you progress through, and those sections are open. And then eventually you'll actually get to a hub, which is a little bit bigger and more open. But you're still kind of progressing through the story in a certain way. Now you can always go back to those. So I mean, if it's anything like the second one, I mean, I guess you can count the second game as open world.
Okay.
It's not like
It's not as linear as the first one is definitely linear.
it's not like I wouldn't say it's as open world as like Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption or even No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. Be sure to check it out.
Last but not least.
Yeah, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Dude,
Dude,
they're getting Rainbow Six Siege mode
Mashup,
in its
yeah.
game.
So there's a new solo mode, which is cool. There's new PvP maps. There's a permadeath mode in the multiplayer. So, well, is it in the multiplayer? I don't know. Anyway,
I think
there's
it's just
permadeath.
extra PvP maps.
Yeah, there's permadeath.
There is a permadeath mode. I think that's the campaign.
Oh, it's in the campaign.
Yeah. If it was
'cause
multiplayer,
multiplayer's already kind of permadeath.
and you only have one life the whole time you play it,
No one would play.
that
no.
would be awesome. And you have to start a new multiplayer character every time. Sorry.
And what it does is it actually erases your game.
Versus your whole hard drive.
Yeah. Puts a virus on your Xbox.
It gives you a virus.
Gives you a virus.
And
you have to
then
go to the
you
hospital.
have to dive into the code of the Xbox to fix it. It's like a mini game.
That's the mini game. Is you bricked your Xbox.
So it's
There's
called
a red circle spinning around your Xbox. Maybe that was the problem on
it's
the
called
360.
Special Operations 2. It's out July 24th. So as you're hearing this through your ears, it is out now.
Yeah.
So very cool. What?
No, I'm just laughing.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
it's not funny.
Anyway, yeah. So
Ubisoft is doing such a good
Yeah,
job.
they
of
really
supporting
are.
These games,
And
games like
Rainbow Six.
For Honor, which
Yeah.
is going to be at next month's Games with Gold, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon. Well done. Ubisoft is really doing a number. I mean,
Yeah.
they're really doing good. The Division. Don't forget that. That's still supported strongly as well. Just great job all around, Ubisoft. And this is just more
more of it.
goodness
So
for
lots of
us-
cool features:
for
the
us to
permadeath
enjoy.
mode, ghost mode, new PvP maps. They do a little mashup between Rainbow Six Siege and
Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon, kind of
Yeah.
like they did the mashup with Splinter Cell and Ghost Recon
Yeah.
before. But a lot of cool stuff. Ghost Recon is a fun game. I still have it on my Xbox because it's fun,
Yeah.
and that's
Well, the
all I have
multiplayer
to
is
say.
on point. in
Dude, the
that game, for
multiplayer is
sure.
super good. Remember when we played it?
Yeah.
Do you
It's
remember
like
that?
sniping goodness.
Do you remember? Does Mark remember it? I
And
hope he does.
hiding.
Do you remember it?
I remember.
What am I
it quite
remembering?
well.
When we played
Ghost
multiplayer in
Recon.
Ghost Recon?
Oh, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember it as it
a good
being
time.
really fun.
Yeah.
It is really fun.
Anyway, that's all I got for you. Back to you, David.
Back to you, Joe. Really well. That brings us to the next portion of our show, the mailbag portion. This is where we take questions from you from our mailbag.
From you, the viewer.
In order to submit a question each week, you just need to subscribe to us on Patreon. $3 or more gets you access to the mailbag. Support the show and the community by joining our weekly mailbag over at patreon.com/positive gaming or XoneBros.com. Hit the support tab at the top of the page. It gets you access to the mailbag, submit a question, and have a chance to have it answered each week live here on the show. Big Spicy, let's hit the mailbag.
I have a mailbag one.
The question.
Oh, is it the
portion.
one I already used?
There it is.
Sure,
It's when you already used.
I have more. We
I just don't feel
randomly-
complete unless we hit that.
Yeah, it's like a sigh of relief.
Was Hope writes in and says, "No, with No Man's Skies coming out on the Xbox this week, the new update, and also with the new update, and also Sea of Thieves bringing a new update out at the end of the month. Should gamers wait to buy games, or should these games come out with these updates already within the game? Definitely looking forward at getting No Man's Sky now, as this is how I thought it would have been on launch. What do you guys think? Better to wait, or for all? I mean, because we're getting all of the updates, all the patches all along now, or buyer beware." Get it up front with these perpetual online games as a service, so to speak.
Well, I bought it this week, so if you want to wait till next week to see what happens, that's usually how my luck goes.
Well, no, so I think
He's talking about like
if you would have
these-
bought it first.
these big patch updates. Like
Oh, those are all free
No.
for those
Okay.
people, though. Okay, I'm confused.
Okay, should we
Yes.
read the question
Yeah, read the
again for
question
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let me summarize
Okay,
it here for
thank
you,
you.
Jordan. Is it better to buy it at launch, like a No
with
Man's
issues.
Sky, or Sea of Thieves, with not all the content, not even anywhere near, or later when all of this content has been added? Even a Destiny, I think you can put into this when Destiny comes out
Well,
with all
it's any game because of how the internet works now and
Yeah.
how we get games.
No, this is true. So, should you wait, or specifically with these games that they're always online, always, or should you wait, or should you buy up front? Well, maybe your personal philosophy, Jordan. Start. You're a buy right away guy, right?
Just go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, if it looks fun to you and you want to play it,
Yeah.
just buy it.
Makes
Because I
fun-
mean, look at when did No Man's Sky originally release?
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah. So I mean, do you want to wait 2 years for game? I mean, it's completely up to you. I would just buy it because I'd get my investment out of those 2 years.
So I think an underlying point of Washope's question here is: should the game just release this way? And I think Sea of Thieves. I don't think you can compare Sea of Thieves and Washope. Sea of Thieves never advertised anything more than it was, in respect to. They weren't saying
I gotcha.
that you had all these things. Here's what the game is. More stuff's going to be added, and it's on game. I mean, it's on Games Pass. That's why they released it. Ultimately, No Man's Sky hyped up that you're going to have all the features that are now in existence, but definitely did not exist at launch. McSpicy.
Well, there's a lot of layers to this question.
Yeah.
It's, I guess, cool because it depends. I'm not a fan of preview access games, like early access games, or the preview program. or early access, depending on what where you're playing.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of those because they give you a shell of a game with bugs, and they have you pay. I just don't like that. I like having a fully released game. So
Sure.
if we're looking at that, then yes, absolutely wait. I don't like me personally. I don't want a game like that I pay money for. If it's in development, keep developing it, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, like a Sea of Thieves, I mean, that was when it came out, it was more of a shell of a game than it is now. There's a lot less stuff to do, but at the same time, that game, that's what it is. It's like a sailing simulator.
Yeah, sailing sandbox.
Sailing sandbox. I don't think that's considered a preview game because that's its entity, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other, if you look at it like a developer is not going into the preview, they're just releasing a game that is not ready to be released,
Sure.
such as No Man's Sky.
Sure.
Then don't buy it, absolutely, and the market will correct itself
As it did.
hard.
Yeah.
So there, I mean, I guess it depends. What I would say, this is what I would say. If you like it, I'm with Jordan here. If you like it, don't listen to other people. Go research it as far as watching people play it. Don't listen to mainstream reviewers. Don't do the reason I'm saying this is because those entities, those mainstream reviewers or media folks, I guess, have a tendency to ride a hype wave. And I personally feel bad for No Man's Sky because they got hit hard with that hype hate.
Yeah.
I think people should form their own opinions, do their own research, educate themselves on a game. And if you watch someone play it, a streamer that's not reviewing it, that's just playing it, and you think you like it, then absolutely pull the trigger and get it. I wouldn't wait. If it's a game you think you'd like, I would go for it. So there's a lot of layers to that question, and I hope I wasn't really confusing because I feel like I really was. I feel like I'm a confusing person.
No, you're good.
All right.
No, that made total sense. I agree. I agree. I think No Man's Sky, I would not have purchased it when it first came out. Even I was hyped about it, but it wasn't on the Xbox, so I wasn't doing my research or anything. I don't know. It's just dependent. You trust the developers to come out with what they say they're going to come out. It has now with Nex, but if you were one of the first to jump in, you were a little bit disappointed if you were expecting all these features.
Well, and there's lots of people that enjoyed the game for what it was. Like the
That's
community
true.
was still, the people that played it were actually, when I was making fun of this game earlier in the year about its launch, I had a lot of pushback from fans of the game saying, I've been playing this for hundreds of hours, and they supported their game, and they shouldn't have got as much hate as they did. Right, so I mean, I say it's your prerogative. Use your own opinions. It's you like your stuff. Everyone has their own experience. Everyone has their own tastes, and just go for it or not go for it, depending on. What
Good question. Thank you very much, Wazhope, for writing in. Reactor Leak writes in as well with a follow-up question. He says, "Do you feel that the Xbox users are getting a little bit rocked price-wise on this game?" Since PS4 users can get all of this for $20, it's $50 here on the Xbox. I think that's kind of a mea culpa, right? Like them making amends with. It's never been on the Xbox. This is the first time it's launching on the Xbox. $50 for everything. PS4, we launched here. We messed up.
Well, and if you remember,
We're sorry.
originally
There's
it
20.
was a $60 game. I
Yeah.
think at launch.
Yeah. So do you think?
So we're saving $10.
Yeah. So do you think that we're getting the short end of the stick here?
That's a really good question. I actually didn't know it was only $20 on PlayStation. We deal with this. Nintendo gamers deal with this daily.
Oh, Nintendo, you don't get discounts.
Never. There's never a discount.
You don't get discounts.
You pay full price. Skyrim maybe $5 on PC, but it is a $60 game on Nintendo. Yeah. I mean, if you're an Xbox gamer, that's exactly how Overwatch still works. Overwatch is cheaper on PC than it is the Xbox, and I actually think they do that Blizzard does that because it's a lot easier for them to release on PC because that's what they're used to.
Yeah.
And you have to jump through a whole bunch more hoops with Microsoft. And it's not, that's just how it is. They don't want a game breaking their OS.
Yeah, so there's got to be checks.
There's a lot of testing, a lot of checks,
See, I think it's a hey, we're sorry. If you want all the features that you thought you were getting, here it is for $20.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, the game has
because it never launched on Xbox.
No, the game has been out for 2 years on PlayStation and PC. So
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think to get people excited again and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Matt Dent says the argument I hear is that it is a new game on Xbox One, and the PS4 game was priced similarly when it launched a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting taken advantage of. I think that's fair. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, I know, but perception-wise, I mean, it would be nice to have the same prices everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you can think of it. We're paying $50 not to go through the first 2 years of what everybody.
It's a convenience fee.
Yeah, it's a $30 convenience fee.
Great question. Thank you very much, Reactor League. Nick Wrightson, a.k.a. Happy Mail, the one and only, says, let me start by saying I played No Man's Sky for 9 hours on release. It's got my interest piqued again. He said, I played the game on the PC on the original launch. It's like a whole new game now. The original launch, the game felt stale and slow with absolutely no carrot on the stick. Now, he says, I'm chasing that carrot, Wile E. Coyote style, Acme Rocket and all. With that being said, do you guys think the developers hit a home run with the Xbox release opposed to getting struck out in the PC release version? Thanks for what you guys do. P.S. Spicy's Now Your 30 speech from his No Man's Sky stream was epic. We need more one-on-one with the Spicy one. So, we covered this in our review. I think they definitely hit a home run. I mean, you two are hooked. I'm early on here still, but our community gave it a B+. Community review, the vast majority of things that's said about it are positive. It definitely has the carrot on the stick, like Happy Mayo talked about. So yeah, I think they definitely hit a home run. Do you think that will show up in its like Metacritic reviews?
It's going to be hard.
It's too tainted because those reviews against it were. Low.
already it's affected the Steam review. The Steam review used to say mostly negative. You know how it says that? Now it says mixed.
Oh, okay.
So it has updated there.
But mixed is not mostly positive, which is what you want.
Yeah. I mean, it's a mistake. They should not have released it as the game was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so maybe it's an absolute shame because the game is really good now. Yeah. And it wasn't always.
Well, it's kind of hard to do reviews for any game nowadays. I mean, how different is The Witcher 3 from launch to now? And that's just a single player game. You know what I mean? It's a progressive.
Yeah,
nowadays with updates.
Yeah, but
it's such
having
a
said that, with
thing.
The Witcher 3, you can still play the base game to understand. The base game hasn't changed. The initial missions haven't changed. They've just added to those.
Yeah.
Still different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but like UI changes, niceties, quality of life improvements. You know what I mean? It's so easy. It's not like in the 90s where you got the cartridge and that was it, man.
Yeah.
Like there was no updating that thing. Like you were stuck. Like those games had to be perfect. Because think of
and they weren't perfect. I mean, watch
glitches.
Anybody speedrun any game from the 90s.
But take Destiny 2 for example. It got a rocky reception. It's rocky right now, but the new expansion
looks
legit. I mean, it's almost hard to do a review because you have to have
do yearly reviews.
Yeah, exactly. And you've said that before, and I agree with that because it's different nowadays.
No one goes back to. I don't know. Even like right now, the internet's funny because like Google is funny. I use Google to search. That's my search engine, right? Yeah. And do you know how hard it is to find information on No Man's Sky?
Yeah, because no one's making the content because the game kind of has fallen out of everyone's consciousness, right?
And every post is from 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and that's the point. That's a shame because it had such a bad reception. Now it's kind of tainted, even though it's awesome now.
Yeah.
Well,
it'll come back though as the game gets more notoriety and word of mouth, and it's largely positive. You'll have new people creating content as well as old. Going back.
That's why I mean, if you think about it, MMOs have the advantage to where when they come out with their expansions yearly or bi-yearly, they get re-reviewed for that expansion. You know what I mean? I think we almost need to do that for games if you're going to do reviews.
Yeah. Well, no, there are reviews for DLCs, but there's not always reviews for like large patches or stuff like that.
I know some people do it, but
Yeah.
it's not.
But
I like
I
those
like the
people.
yearly reviews. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the way to go every year, do a new review, especially as games, with the internet, like you said.
well, and games
are always changing.
games lifespans last a lot longer
I mean,
now
look at Skyrim.
because of that.
Yeah, look at Skyrim. Skyrim still has millions of people playing it each month.
And paying $60 a pop on whatever system they want.
On the Nintendo, I know, man. That's so
You do
crushing.
get a sweet exclusive Zelda outfit, though.
Oh, it's so
I
crushing.
think that's the $55 that you're paying for.
You go
right
through
there.
and you see all these games that are being, put out on the Nintendo Switch, and you love them. Then you see the price point, and you're like,
You're like,
oh,
no.
gosh, that's a full price. I guess it was, but now you can get it. You can get it on the Steam sale for like $3.12.
Tyler McGlasson writes a great question. Happy Mayo. Thank you very much. Tyler McGlasson, a.k.a. TIE Fighter, writes in and says, with the release of No Man's Sky this week, we now get another entry into the survival exploration genre, similar to State of Decay, Slime Rancher, DayZ, etc. He says, do you ever feel that while these games are grand in scope, not having specific loot to grind for it makes it hard to continue? He says, I'm mostly drawn towards games like Destiny, Borderlands, and Diablo because there are specific items to work towards. Without this sort of purpose, my interest dies quickly. Thoughts? Thanks, bros. Never forget our time in the hotel. First of all,
That was
That's
tight.
TIE
No,
That's
it will.
awesome.
First of all, so TIE Fighter was at E3 with us, and we
brought him up to our
we brought
room.
him up to our room. It was very intimate. No, we watched the Ubisoft conference.
It was intimate while watching it.
He
was on your
He was
bed.
on my bed
Yeah.
while
I think
we
he took
watched
his
it.
shoes off.
Yeah, he did. It got really weird, really fast.
In a good way.
The good weird. Anyways, Big Spicy, I think this is to your point that you made earlier. This game isn't for everybody, and so for someone like
Hold
TIE
on,
Fighter, it
though.
doesn't sound like it's necessarily for him. But go ahead.
Yeah, but this game has kind of a different. It's got another layer of carrot on the stick,
Sure.
which he might appreciate.
Okay.
There are your ships, your MIDI tool, which is your gun, and your sucker
Pew,
of
pew.
the life of everything around
Yeah,
you.
Your mining.
Your mining tool. That's what it is. Those all can be upgraded, and like I remember that guy I talked about earlier on the show that farted.
Yeah.
And then I slapped him, and then he gave me an upgraded version of my tool. It wasn't just an upgrade; it was a huge upgrade.
Was it
Sure.
the advanced one?
Well, no, that's the
Because I know you can buy that one.
no, that's a slot. That's a
okay.
tech slot. A better weapon has way more stuff.
Wow.
Way more slots.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can randomly find ships crash landed on planets that are way better than yours, and you can just fix the engine, take him to town, take him to the space station, and sell your ship to another alien that has a better ship. There's a lot of equipment items there's a lot of RNG and in the equipment items themselves, and then inside that, think of it like socketing your ships. You
Nice.
can't. Yeah.
No, that's really yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah.
So there's different let's consider the tech that you put in their gems. You can gem up your ships now, and they all have different rolled stats. They have it a DCBAS scale, so you can upgrade to that level too. So there are ships and stuff that are very powerful. That it's not just RNG. It's not like those other games. There is an element of that in this in No Man's Sky. So
Yeah.
maybe he may like that. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jordan, how about you? What
No,
do you
I think it's a good question. No, and I agree with Mark. No Man's Sky. Would you say it's more like, for example, let's take Destiny 1. You remember when Black Spindle came out, the
Yeah.
sniper rifle? Like I understand the appeal because I like it too. To
Yeah.
like, oh man, there's the power weapon. We got to grind to get this. I mean,
Yeah.
same thing in Warcraft. Let's just
Diablo.
let's just say the Sword of Azeroth from World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? Like, or it's not from anyway. It's not a real sword, but like that weapon, there's certain bosses that drop specific weapons that you try and grind for, and then you show up to the world. Hey, I have this weapon. Suck it.
Yeah,
But no,
it's exactly how it
no,
goes
that's
with
how
you.
I feel when I go to the social area. I go to the tower, and if there's a suck it emote, and I just hold out that weapon. it's great. But no, I get that appeal because I have that same thing. With No Man's Sky, would you say it's not like they don't have the flashy stuff, right? Like World of Warcraft or Destiny. It's more upgrading your character and like your equipment, more upgrading your equipment than getting,
Yeah, it's not. You can't see it if that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
other
yeah.
people can't See, and maybe there's a way to inspect another player.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You get what I'm trying to say, though. It's not like there's the different. It's different, but kind of the same.
Well, the equipment item is for your eyes only.
Yeah. Like
you can't say suck it if they can't see what.
Yeah, which I get. I like those parts of the game. But take like No Man's Sky version of the Black Spindle is upgrading your mining tool to something a lot better to mine more efficiently. You know what I mean?
Well,
or your ship,
go,
or your, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Whereas it's not,
it's getting the money to purchase that thing, or sitting next to a guy that rips one,
slapping him in the face,
So,
because I like because I'm one of the ones that I'm a visual guy.
Sure.
And I want to show the world that I'm better than them.
But this still works for you.
Yeah, it still works for me because I like the progression and grind of, like Mark said, I want a more efficient mining tool.
Sure.
I want the advanced mining laser so I can get better materials and stuff like that to build better things.
I definitely think there is games, for instance, like I think if you're really into the Destiny model or the Diablo model, then this and you're not interested in an Elite Dangerous or for instance Minecraft is that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this game is probably for you then, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I think
it's just a difference.
Do your research, make your own opinion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Great question though, Tyler.
Really
Thank you very much for writing in. Never forget the hotel. Never forget.
No one will.
No one will.
It's kind of its own No Man's.
What happened at E3 stays at
it's
E3.
It's burned in my memory.
No Man's Hotel.
For forever. No Man's Hotel. Spencer Rowe writes in and says, I haven't made the jump to Xbox One to the One X yet. I still have the day one Xbox One. Is the Xbox One X future-proof for the next 5 years, or should I wait a couple years for the new Scarlet? So the new Scarlet's probably coming in 2020, maybe 2021, but let's say 2020, right? So 2 years. Then we've got, is the Xbox One X future-proof? I'll take this one. I think yes. I think it is. I would go myself. I would go for it now. I think it's future-proof enough for the next 5 years. And then what you could do is wait on the Scarlet. And 2 years into that, there'll be an upgrade. You could maybe go for
Scarlet
that one.
The Scarlet Slim.
The Scarlet Slim. And you could go for that one. I do think it is future-proof enough, definitely, for what's coming in the future.
You know what I hope?
What?
I hope Microsoft sticks with their tradition that they've had the past two consoles. There's the Xbox, which was like a VCR.
Yeah.
Which was nothing wrong with that. I
You
like
appreciate
the
it.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. And then they had the One S, which is a little bit more compact. Then there's the One X, which is a little bit more compact.
Yeah.
You think the Scarlet maybe a little bit
it's
more.
It's going to be
compact.
like a Nintendo cartridge,
and then like eventually,
an NES cartridge?
eventually like we're gonna get to like.
Eventually, we'll get to cloud computing.
Yeah, and that's when you have the little. Like mini SNES and stuff, You think they'll just keep getting smaller and smaller? I mean, they've set in the bar.
Yeah, that was one thing that I'm surprised we actually didn't talk about in the news is that there's two consoles coming with the next generation. So there's your traditional big beefy powerhouse, and then its leaks show that there's going to be a cloud-based machine, a cheaper cloud-based machine. What are your thoughts? Wait, first let's finish up.
How small
Spencer, is it future-proof? Do you guys agree with me? The Xbox One X? Or should he wait and hold off?
I think it's future-proof for his
a while.
question for 5 years.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
At a certain point, the hardware will become...
Yeah, he's on the OG Xbox, so...
You'll see a huge jump, man.
Yeah, you'll be pretty impressed.
Yeah.
It is future-proof in the fact that the OS and the software and all that's going to come with you.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Well, but I think future-proof hardware-wise, I think you're good.
For 5 years, for sure.
For 5 years, especially, yeah. So on that, cloud computing, would you guys purchase a cloud?
How small is it?
I don't know, but you got to think. So it's going to be.
Jordan's always worried about size.
It's probably not going to be able to handle render out your graphics very, very good. It's going to be a price point entry game.
So it'll be like what the One S is right now.
Because
One S is. I mean, the One S right now is like, hey, you don't need all the 4K stuff, bells and whistles. Here's just an entry level console for you.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's cool.
I really don't understand the question.
So there's a cloud.
I yawned.
There's a cloud Xbox coming, and then there's a traditional powerhouse Xbox.
Basically,
coming.
when they release the
versions.
next console, they're going to have the One X big boy, and then its little brother that does all the same things, just not as efficiently and as powerful and as
I think
high fidelity.
I think they're taking the Amazon model. I think they want you in their network. I don't think they care about hardware sales. Honestly, I think It's like Amazon. Amazon doesn't care how many Kindles it sells, for
Did you see the new
instance.
Fire Cube?
Although Kindles are freaking awesome.
The
It
Fire-
wants you in its ecosystem. So it cares, like, if you're using its packaging, if you're watching Amazon Video, if you
Yeah.
know what I mean. I think that's Microsoft's model. They want you in their ecosystem, a.k.a. Game Pass. I think Game Pass will go right along with the cloud. It's definitely not going to have the highest graphics. It's not going to be able to do 120 frames per second, anything like that.
The cloud computer.
It's going to be the cloud computer, yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool model. I think it's a cool idea to have 2 options for people. Not to mention, I mean, you'll have more. You'll have 10 options for people because of all the past hardware that will be discounted as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Would you get a cloud? Would you use a cloud one? And it's,
well, if I have a need for it, then yeah.
I'd get the most powerful one ever.
I think I could see myself, depending on price point and what it does, having it in like additional rooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like yeah.
This just depends. It just depends price point.
Yeah.
Last question, Sean Fitzpatrick. Thank you very much, Spencer Rowe. Well, do what you want, but I do think it's definitely future proof.
Well,
if you're worried about it,
I think it's really smart to like what they did with the 1X and the 1S. Like, hey, if entry level gamers can come here for a suitable price, and hardcore gamers can come here for a little bit higher price, but you're getting a little bit more fidelity, and I think it's smart. Why not have
smart
models?
as well? I agree. Sean Fitzpatrick writes in and says, last week there was a question about listening to music while playing a game, and it got me thinking. Thinking back, I can't recall any favorite songs or even the music in the games I've played or even in the games I played. Is there an element in a game that you've heard people talking about and realized you've either completely ignored it or just zoned out and can't remember it being in the game at all? So have you ever gone through a game and then you're talking, let's say Jordan's talking with Spicy or Spicy's talking with Jordan, and all of a sudden there's, wait a minute, you can do this in the game, and you never realized that was a thing? I'm sure there is. Just off the top of my head,
No
I
Man's
can't think.
Sky.
Okay.
Just recently.
Yeah, you go into the galaxy mode, and it tells you where you're going to hyperdrive. If you hit a button, you can go anywhere in the universe.
And you didn't know that.
No one knows that.
No one knows that.
There's like 90% of the world doesn't know
left
that.
bumper, right bumper simultaneously?
It's up, down, left, right, A, B. No. No, it's... I can't remember. Just press all your buttons. You'll figure it out. It's actually a little small on the bottom left. It tells you what button. But then you can go wherever you want. You're not restricted to that place.
Oh, very cool.
That line that tells you where to go, I think it just takes you to the middle of the galaxy or universe or something. I don't know.
That's cool. Jordan, ever a feature in a game that you've gone through and look back, you're like, I don't remember doing that. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. Like, I can't really think of any offhand, though. But I feel like there's been moments when we're like, hey, guess what? Did you know you can do this? And it's like, oh, my gosh.
I could have saved myself hours
Yeah.
and hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm sure there is, but off the top of my head, I can't think of any.
I can't think of any either. It's always been like little features like, did you know you can go into the main menu and just hit this button? And it's always been like stuff like that.
Oh, here, I got one. Well, McSpicy and I, Warhammer Vermintide, someone showed me this on stream, then I showed Spicy this. You can turn on so that you can see the outline of your characters always.
Oh, yeah.
And it's confusing because I went there and I was
Yeah.
I went there and
Good
I was
one.
like, wait, it's already on. But no, you have to switch it to always on. It's on. There's 3 options, off, on, and always on.
Like
You
a
need
light
it-
switch, you know?
Yeah, you need it always
in the
on.
middle. And
So there's a feature that changed my life actually when I went to that. I hadn't gone that far through it, but far enough.
Hidden features.
Hidden features.
That's why you just Google
that's a
search
good game.
Oh, so good.
tips and tricks.
So good. Thank you very much, Sean Fitzpatrick. Great question. Thank
That's
you
a
very
great
much. That's a
question.
great question, man. Thank you very much for writing in. McSpicy, what else? Did you play anything else this week besides No Man's Sky? Were you all
I did
No
try
Man's Sky all the
Trials.
time?
I mean, we talked about it. I played... Oh, no, I've been dabbing in that Overwatch again.
Yes.
The new Hammond character's out.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to put that in the news. Wrecking Ball's out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the hamster. He's hilarious.
Have you had a chance to play him, McSpicy?
I did.
How,
and I
your thoughts?
150% agree with Jordan. He's not OP at all.
Yeah.
I think they've officially... I think the game has too many tank characters in it right now. The current meta is 3 tanks, 3 healers, and I think that's kind of a
waste.
It's
of
kind
other
of
classes.
an issue with the game, and I think they purposefully made a tank that sucked so people wouldn't play tanks anymore.
His emotes are awesome.
They're great. I'm just saying he's just a very difficult and not very powerful character.
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah, he's fun though. His kit's very unique. It was like when Orisa first came out. This is how I felt when Orisa first came out. It was a very unique loadout. You know
well,
what I mean?
and Orisa, remember, her shield was originally on a 12-second countdown.
Yeah.
Now it's on a 6, and that changes everything.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe they'll tweak some things. But
yeah, they will.
He's a cute character. My favorite part about him is the voice over. Like,
oh, his robot.
He's got he doesn't speak. His robot.
He squeaks.
Yeah.
Have you heard him?
But when you're killing people, the robot comes on. The hamster is pleased.
That's hilarious.
His sitting emote. Have you seen the sitting emote? One of the best.
No, I got.
What he does is because he's like the cutest little hamster, right? So his sitting emote, he lays back, he puts his feet up, and he tosses some cheese into his mouth.
That is awesome. And
then his repair emote, where he's like running around like a little hamster, repairing his robot. It's super cool though. He's a fun character. I really like him. I feel like I like him better on the controller than I do on the keyboard. It's easier to control the ball.
Yeah, well, and the ball's actually not that easy to control.
No, it's hard.
And the
trailer made it look easy. That doesn't happen in game.
I was thinking you could just hook around. No, it's on a 4-second countdown.
By the way, I don't know if this is like fact, but I think Bastion is his direct counter.
Oh, really? You get rocked by Bastion?
Yeah, wait, Bastion's in sentry mode, and he like swings in on a ball, like he just dies. Like it's pretty bad.
The hamster is not pleased.
J-Dog in chat says his favorite quote by the hamster is "profanity detected."
Profanity detected.
So the hamster's swearing.
Their larynx are it's fantastic.
I'm not too sure. Is he in competitive yet? Has it been the 2-week period of him? I know he came out this week, so he's probably not in competitive yet. But he's really fun to play. He's very unique, and that's what I like about him. But unique characters always add a dynamic to the game.
It's true. It's true. I was really hard on it. J-Dog says Wrecking Ball is not OP. He is the most balanced hero that has been released to date. Well, that's because they release overpowered characters and then dial them back. This guy who didn't have that initial
push, he's been dialed back.
Yeah, he was already dialed back on the get-go.
That's too funny.
I feel like maybe they'll tweak some things, but I mean, he wasn't in a bad spot. You know what I mean? There was obviously one in every game because everybody wants to try him out. But I mean, he did good behind the hands of someone who knows how to use him, and
I like his ultimate, the minefield. That's pretty fun.
You can shoot the mines. Just a heads up.
Oh,
Pro tip of the day.
But
you can shoot the mines if you're not.
You go in like a wrecking ball, and then you because he's got a pound down that throws everybody. Then you launch it there, and then people can't get out of there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I've had it on the payload a lot of times, and it's just. But if you have a Bastion, he's not getting anywhere. Like a Bastion in Sentry mode just tears him. I mean, Bastion in Sentry mode can tear anybody up, but for some reason,
Jordan. Besides No Man's Sky, what else did you jump into this week on the Xbox?
I played Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Again, huh? You're still going hard on some Final Fantasy.
And the online game. Been playing that too.
Ooh.
So, which I hope comes to the Xbox one day.
Yeah, one day.
You want to know something very interesting?
Tell me.
And
I'd like to hear as well.
Yeah.
So, check this out.
Checking it.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So, anyway, Final Fantasy 11 online.
Sure.
Actually, I'm going to say it. I think they pioneered crossplay.
Okay.
Because at the time, and we remember, Xbox was ahead in sales.
Yes.
Right? So PlayStation 3 at the time.
Yeah, there we go.
It was a fully cross-play game. It was a triangle. Xbox, PlayStation 3, and PC all could play together. Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC all could play together. And I just get kind of frustrated because a while ago the developer said that Microsoft was not as online friendly. They're not willing to do cross-play stuff.
Like how long is a while ago?
Probably like two years ago or something, like 2-3 years. Now they were just saying that I really like the developer, the team that's behind Final Fantasy Online. I think they're doing a fantastic job, especially the director that came in and turned it around.
Yeah.
But I find it very interesting that back in the day when a certain console was not lacking,
when Microsoft was ahead,
they were about
they were not
cross
play friendly, but the other one was.
So and that kind of upset me too. I was like, well, if Microsoft isn't play, basically my quote is that was the excuse of why they're not coming to Xbox as of yet, right? Sure. But I don't think that's the excuse. I mean, I think that's just
you just really want to see them on Xbox.
Well, yeah, but I just think that's a shove under the rug because it was how is it possible on the 360, like PlayStation 3, 360, and PC all played together, right?
Yeah.
They obviously jumped through that barrier.
Yeah.
But now it's, and the reason they won't do it is because they want to do this. They would want to do the same thing. Everybody plays with everybody, but Sony will not let down the floodgates. And like
that frustrates you.
I'm starting to get frustrated
because it's affecting games you love.
Yeah, because I would love to play. I would rebuy the game and play it on my Xbox if my account carried over.
There you go.
So anyway, interesting fact. And then I played Final Fantasy 15 because Prince Noctis is awesome.
You're in love with that game, man. How many hours have you put into that?
A lot.
So
do you appear offline?
Sometimes I do.
Okay,
but
just checking.
when I want a moment to myself, sometimes I'll just
fair enough.
I want it to be me, Prompto, Gladius.
When I'm online and I see no one online and I want to, be social, I just send you guys invites anyways because I just assume you're offline, and then normally one of you jumps in.
Pretty true.
So,
do you know what
when
feel
I
like?
beat the game initially, I had 62 hours on it, and I've been playing since then. So
There's perpetual content for you to continue to play like this, though.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good stuff, man. That is
I
good
mean,
stuff.
do you remember the Moogle Festival?
Yeah.
I believe it's called Muggles.
No, well, they have a new game plus mode. They've added the new cutscenes. They've added the DLC. I mean, they really keep up with this game. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
and then there's
good.
the online game.
McSpicy, you were going to say something?
Oh, what was I gonna say?
You said, "Do you know?" And
Let's see, it was when Jordan was you rejected me when I said, "Do you appear offline?" And you're like, "Yeah." Do you know what that reminded me of? It's a long story. I don't know if I should tell it. It's pretty funny though.
Why not?
Go ahead.
Do I need to press this button again for the elevator music? There's a guy I used to work with years ago.
Oh yeah,
I've heard this story. The Warcraft guy.
Yes.
Yes. Let's tell everyone about the Warcraft guy.
So I feel like I was just that guy to Jordan. Oh. Kind of. So there's this guy I used to work with.
Jumped in.
Yeah. No names. There's this guy. We'll call him Pete. Okay. It's not his
Savior
real name.
of Azeroth.
Pete, the savior of Azeroth. So he was kind of an interesting fellow. I purposefully did not give him my personal phone number for a reason.
Yeah.
Because he kind of scared me. He's the kind of guy that, I don't know if anyone's worked with a person like this, but you expect him to,
snap
go
one day.
To snap. Just straight up go postal.
Oh, we all have.
Weren't you
with
desk
someone
buddies
like that.
with him?
Well, yeah, because I'm a nice guy, right? I'm friendly with people. I was the only one in this company that could
Handle him. Sure.
Okay. I sure hope he's not listening. I sure hope he's not listening. Anyways, so he got my phone number for some reason. I think I needed to give it to him for work, and he texted me probably in 1 minute. He probably texted me 25, 30 times in under a minute. I didn't even know that was possible. But
In those days,
yeah, this was like the old days of you press the
button. Swipe didn't exist.
until it goes to the lowercase j, then j, all that stuff, right? So you would have to type in. It was like old school texting. Anyways, he texted me that one day, and then the next day I didn't respond because I was like flabbergasted. I didn't know what to do. I was kind of scared. So the next day, I'm talking to other employees about stuff, and he came barging in. He was mad. He came barging in, and he yells, and he goes, "I sent you 30 texts in under a minute, and you didn't respond to me." And everyone around me was like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's what I feel like I just...
Do you appear offline?
Yeah. I asked, do you appear offline? And you're like, I kind of feel like I was that guy that you just said. And if that's the case, I apologize. If I'm that person.
No, it just depends on what I do. I never appear offline to you guys.
That week was the week of 1,000,000 texts. Just so you know.
What was he texting you?
Oh, it was like, I think he was telling me about his raid in Azeroth.
Dude, okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Those probably take quite a few text messages, especially back in those days. That's
insane.
I remember what raid?
Yeah, I don't.
Was it the Jenkins raid? Blackwing Lair?
No, it was right before the panda showed up. The panda people.
Oh, Cataclysm.
Yeah.
He probably just killed Deathwing.
Actually,
which
dude,
he needs to text
he was
you
actually
He's
the world Deathwing.
He's
the world
dragon
destroyer.
of dragons.
Yeah, he's the.
I know
Deathwing
that
the World Destroyer.
Because he destroys everything in Hearthstone.
Yeah, and he destroys everything in the game, too. You had to fight him at the Maelstrom, man.
I love that you know World of Warcraft lore from
Hearthstone.
It's so funny.
Well, it's like one of the coolest animations. If you have a Deathwing, so if they play a Deathwing card, it throws away all your cards and kills everything on the battlefield.
The World Destroyer, yeah.
It blows everything up. It's pretty cool. I sure hope he doesn't listen.
Thank you very much for joining us this week, everybody. That's been another fantastic episode. You can find Mr. McSpicy at Mr. McSpicy. What will you be up to this week? McSpicy, his streams, noon Eastern.
Noon Eastern, go to XoneBros. No, not that one.
Mixer.
Mixer.com/XoneBros.
Yeah.
Neastern.
Neastern.
Did I say that?
No, you didn't.
No, I like to combine words.
Okay. Well, I will be on
No Man's Sky hard.
Probably more No Man's Sky, to be honest. I'm thoroughly addicted. It's a good game.
Very nice. Jordan, how about you?
Probably more No Man's Sky. Probably some more Final Fantasy. And
Oof.
probably the online game.
Will you guys be going for the community challenge? Fortnite kills.
Oh, yeah, I'll try that.
Okay. McSpicy, how about you? Fortnite kills? Do you got what it takes to win the community challenge this week?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure we have some pretty good people.
Yeah, we do.
I'm gonna throw out Mad
Throw
Shot.
your hat into the ring.
Mad Shot in our community.
Yeah, he's good.
And Dainty Princess. They are two very good
They're a power
players.
couple. They're a Fortnite power couple.
They don't appear offline, and they are training. They were training before this moment even began. So I think we got some really good Fortnite players. So it should be pretty fun. I don't think any of us are going to beat this one. I think we're going to have the community win.
Yeah.
Oh.
I am XoneBros. Come join me. I'm back at streaming this week. I'm back. So excited. The early morning streams, they will be happening once again. Summer's calming down. Thank you very much for tuning in another fantastic episode of Positive Gaming and Xbox One awesomeness with the most positive gaming community in the world. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us over on iTunes. It really helps. It helps the show with the rankings. It helps expose the community to more amazing gamers. We love gaming. We love this community. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. It was a good episode. Another good episode. Appreciate you guys. Let's Shall we do our producer credits outro here? These our producers are everybody who supports us for $20 or more over on Patreon. Huge thank you to them.
Are you ready?
We're ready, baby. Let's do this. Thanks, guys. Adam Painter, the man with the tan in Egypt.
We're on credits too.
Oh,
if
and
that's
there's
cool.
our credits.
Alpha X Builder, he's ready to slug it out with us.
Andrew Goldberg.
Not to be mistaken
The Goldberg.
with Andy Goldberg.
Andy Goldberg, Beast 420.
420.
The Beastis.
Chief Wiggum 86, thank you so much for your patronage.
I really like that picture.
Christopher Curran. I like this picture.
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Curran coming at us like 1999 from some
Dark Knight
the darkness.
in the division. Dividing.
Can I say this one?
Yes.
D squared.
D squared.
D
Dylan
squared.
Domingo. There he is. There's another D squared. Dominic DeBizio, the man.
The
Freaky RO with Siri.
Freaky Deaky.
Siri's a good person.
I really
Freaky
love
RO.
that. I think I'm going to change my desktop to that. Free Radical.
It's a
Siri.
Shadow of War. Modal.
Thank you very much.
Greg Trainee.
Vegas.
Cheney
the new
in
Vegas,
the wasteland.
The new Vegas.
Of
that is
Vegas.
lost.
Happy Mayo.
The happy Daddy
Lara
Mayo.
with Lara.
Michael Contini.
Michael Contini burning it up.
The one
Like,
and only.
like it's nobody's business.
R56 Cooper.
That's a cool picture,
That's
too.
epic. Is that Battlefield 4?
That's Battlefield.
Yeah.
Something. Reactor Leak.
No question on what game this game is.
He's right there in chat too.
Oh, Reactor! The reactionary of Reactor. Richard Brown.
The
The
Eye.
Eye of Mordor. RMG Gaming. Kit Rick McGriddick.
Old Man Phoenix
Ronan.
Ooh,
Killing
Ronan.
people like nobody's else.
with the
Can
Chief.
kill people ever before. Oh, Terry Seppi though.
As
Is
a
there a
Roman.
better picture than Terry Seppi stabbing the sword into the ground in Rise Son of Rome? I don't think there is.
I don't think so either.
Guys, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys. We're going to host someone. We're actually going to host the, right now, the clan is running some raids right now on Mixer, so we're going to host them.
Alrighty.
We're going out. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Thank you.
See you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Stay around for the raid. It'll happen in about 15 seconds. Actually, it's just a host. I meant host, not raid. It's not a raid.